everybody. What's happening?
What's up, Robert? What's up, Aaron?
All right, everybody. Welcome, NorCal Sports Network. We're live, I think, right?
Yeah, we are. We are live.
All right. I'm getting text. I'm getting, what do we got here? All right. No more text.
Tony says Groundhog Day, guys. Yeah. What's up, Daniel?
All right. So are we getting closer to going nuclear?
Sean Proctor. What's up, Sean?
Hey, Sean. All right. So
it's getting that close. I think we're about DEFCON 2.
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. This light thing is right in the middle of the camera there. There we go. That's pretty weird. Yeah. I trying to, so I can't block the chat. There we go. My new, it's not a new one. I've had it.
What's up, Asif?
I just haven't been using it. I got a light on me now.
What's up, Morcana? What's up, Jim?
Yeah. So how's that light?
I mean,
how's that light? Is that okay? Do I look a little orange? Am I the orange man?
I think you look okay. You look fine. What do you think? What do you think, chat? Does he look better? What's up, Justin?
Get a little light on me. So
you saw my thumbnail, right? Did you take a gander at the Tandy 1000?
I did. See if I turn off the light.
Got the good old Tandy 1000.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Look at that. Otani denied. Yamamoto denied. Imanaga denied. Snell air. Chapman yes. Stroman yes. No.
If I turn off my light here, how's that look? Let me see. Let me turn it off. Wait, where's it off? Oop, that's green.
You're green, Dan. You're green.
Whoa.
And now you're Stroman. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Where's the off button? Maybe it's
Brazilian. Yeah, it didn't take long. All you got to do is Google Tandy 1000. Pops right up.
Isn't that the Radio Shack version?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, there you go. That looks good. That looks good wherever you had it right there.
Oh, there we go.
Looks good.
There we are, everybody. Don't know how I did it, but
professional now. We're professional here.
Far gone tan. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I think we have some ladies out there. Shota. Let's come up with a new name for Shota. I think it's Shohei Yamanaga.
In other words, another one that has not come to the Giants, right?
Another one bites the dust. Another one's gone.
Did you see the deal? Did you see the details on the deal that he got?
Yeah. Like
it's nothing. The first 2 years is $30 million, and then it could get up to $60 million over 4.
What the heck?
With opt-outs.
What was Farhan afraid of?
I don't know. That's what I want to know. What's going on? Again,
I thought this was a 5-year, $100 million type deal. Whatever.
Come on. You know what? I'm Uncle Ted. I agree with you. Trade, but come on. You got to look at. We can all sit there and say, "Hey, this is the direction," but it's all up to Farhan Zaidi.
They're not going to trade. They're not going to make any.
They're not going to trade.
They're not going to make any trades. All right. Let me see if I'm getting comments here because I just put out a long.
That was a book. That was a book.
Yeah, you get that check mark, you can do the book, but I hate being limited to. I got a lot of thoughts out there. It looks like a book on Twitter, but it's not really that long if you from what I'm hearing, Bob says 7 minutes ago. From what I'm hearing, doesn't sound like Chapman, Snell, Bellinger are close to signing at the moment. Buckle up. Okay, I thought it said are close. They're not, yeah. I don't expect them to. These guys. All right, so let me pull this up here. Let me go to stream, present.
Will Martinez says, my theory, Farhan wanted Imanaga, but started getting a sense that he wasn't going to choose the Giants. So he started throwing out flyers to writers. He was looking elsewhere just in case he went. But the funny thing is, I mean, it was literally yesterday that he was supposed to. I mean, I think Mark Fison even said, "Oh, looks like he's heading to the Giants."
Yeah.
How quick that changed. Hey, your DMs are up. You might want to drop those.
Oh, I don't know how those came up.
There you go.
Where's my tweet that I put out?
Yeah, good point.
Where'd it go?
It's there. Here, let me see.
Oh, here it is.
You got it? Okay.
Here. All right, ladies, gents. Here we go. Long tweet, but here it is. This is the Giants in a nutshell. Problem with Farhan is not that he hasn't signed any free agents of significance other than Lee, and that's a benefit of the doubt, kind of. But
don't know.
We'll hopefully it's a significant sign. It's that he's not willing to sign players of significance to make the team better. Their outfield has been very unproductive, and Lee is still a question mark. The Dodgers just signed Teoscar Hernandez to improve an outfield that was already better than the Giants. With players like Bellinger and even 35-year-old Adam Duvall is better than what the Giants have and are still available. Why is Farhan not talking about making the outfield stronger? He's talking about an infield and a pitcher.
Yes.
How about signing DH Jorge Soler or JD Martinez to back cleanup ahead of Bellinger? What is his plan? Does he have a plan? Why does he think he's set with guys who have underperformed for the last couple of years, i.e. Yaz, Slater, Conforto? I mean, that's his outfield, right?
That's his outfield. That's his outfield.
Okay. So if the plan is not to add better talent, why go with the current outfield that's not part of the future except Lee? Have a plan.
Yes.
Either add better talent or dump the 30-plus-year-old players and go with Ramos, Matos, Lee, Meckler, Brown, and rebuild. As this roster stands now, it's a fourth-place team, and adding a Matt Chapman does nothing to change that without adding guys like Bellinger, Soler, Hoskins, and a couple of more starting pitchers. Either build a team to really compete or play the young players you believed in that you developed and those he personally drafted. Again, I asked, what's the plan? Have a direction and stick with it, because the largest and longest contracts he's given out have been either DFA'd, traded, or left in free agency.
Mm-hmm.
Haniger, DeSclafani, Rodon, Gosman, Manaea, and Conforto and Stripling would have left if they had good seasons. So what is this plan? It's just shuffling the deck. I thought the original plan when Farhan took over before the 2019 season was to fill in the gaps with short-term deals and mid-level talent until the farm was rebuilt and ready. We're now in his sixth season, and there's still no clear-cut direction. It's more of the same. It's time the Giants hire a competent GM to run baseball, or Farhan needs to choose a path, because running the same players out there that are a year older and slower is not going anywhere but battling Colorado for the cellar in the National League West. Teams in the division are improving, and San Diego has 7 prospects in the top 100 in Bleacher Report's latest top 100 that just came out 5 days ago, by the way.
Right.
Farhan has 3, Harrison, Wisenhunt, and Luciano, and he didn't draft Luciano. Time to wake up, San Francisco Giants. I could have gone on and on, but, obviously you can't write that's a mini book anyway. But I want to get your thoughts on this. I don't think I'm off. I mean,
no, you're not. You're not.
I mean, you can compete right now. We've laid out a plan. They can compete. But if you're not going to do that, tell us what your direction is. Stop saying you think you're good in the outfield. Your outfield's look what it did.
It's suspect. It's suspect. Yeah, okay, you got rid of Haniger. That's fine. That's good. That I agree with that. But you still got Slater. You still got Yaz. You still got Conforto. I mean, who knows what's going to happen with Conforto? Maybe he has a little bit better. And you got an unproven MLB guy that you signed a 6-year or 7-year deal for a 106-year
113,
deal
yeah.
for over $100 million, a gross overpay with, being
We'll
a
see.
Scott
Yeah, time will tell on
We don't
that.
know. We don't know. We hope.
I'm just not. Look, I like Michael Conforto. Great guy. Probably one of the better guys on the club. And I hope he has a really good season. Does he have the potential to hit 25 homers, drive in 85, 90 runs, and hit 250-ish? Yeah, he does. But it's been a few years, right? I mean, when was the last time that Michael Conforto had a solid year? Well, let's take a quick peek and we'll find out. How's that? We'll take a look.
But
we know what Yaz and Slater are.
Correct.
We're not going to keep beating that dead horse. All right. Michael Conforto's best year looked like 2019. Okay.
4 years ago.
So he was 26. He's entering age 31. So that is 5 seasons ago.
Yeah, beginning of, yeah.
Okay. So he hit 257 batting average. He had an OPS of 856, 127 OPS plus, which 100's the average, right?
Correct. So that's good.
So he was above average. He hit 33 homers, 92 runs driven in, 29 doubles. He struck out 149 times, walked 84, but his on base was not was a pretty good 363. All right. Now the 2020, I don't even count that. You can't count a 60.
You can't. 2020, 60 games is. Yeah.
It's just like, come on. I mean, certain guys look like they're batting champs after that. At that point, that end up hitting 200. 21. His next full season, he dropped to 14 homers. He played in 125 games, and then he must have got injured and then did not play in 22. And then last year he played in 125 games, hit 239 with 15 homers, 58 RBIs. I mean, if he can kind of do more of his average, that would be a good season. His average, if you look at that at the bottom, 162 game average, would be, 27 knocks, 83 RBIs.
Good on base, good slugging.
Yeah.
Good OPS, yeah.
So, strikeouts are a little up there when it'd be 150, but, that'd be a productive player in today's game. All right.
He would be the best hitter on the Giants.
Yeah. I mean, it has to get to the point where the Giants, instead of saying, okay, we're set, if there's better players, go get them. Why would you not try and improve your team?
I don't get it.
If you've got better players, get the better players and then trade away the excess. You can, I just don't.
You don't yeah, exactly. Because it doesn't, remember, he was on the set of MLB Network. Remember winter meetings? Mm-hmm. What did he tell everybody? We're going to shop at the top end of the pitching rotation, correct? So who does that leave right now? Right? Currently, Snell's the last one. So are you still gonna back your words and say that you're gonna try to go get him if you're shopping at the top of the? He ain't gonna go sign Snell.
I'll tell you, I think
miss that on Ohtani, miss that on Yamamoto.
I think this contract with Imanaga may hurt the top end of the market. I I don't know how you get Schnell.
That's what I'm saying.
200 million.
Imanaga cannot be the guy who was gumming up the work. I think it's Boris just hanging or keeping his guys out there. That's what he's doing.
Yeah,
he's creating that bidding war, and that's what Boris does, though.
Yeah, he's got too many guys. He's got a monopoly.
He's got 5 guys right now. Exactly, he's got a monopoly.
And
he's got 5 guys he's representing. He'll take them all the way to spring training.
Right. I mean, you could go out and as Turd Ferguson. Is that right? Bellinger, Martinez, Soler. I don't think you get Martinez and Soler. That's a little bit redundant there, because Soler doesn't play much outfield, and he's a DH, and Martinez doesn't play any outfield. So you're getting I mean, if Soler could play a decent outfield, it would be fine. But
that would be nice.
You know what the Giants really need is about 6 DHs. See if they can just DH like half their team.
I don't understand this. It's frustrating. You see it constantly. Yeah, I mean, how much more can the Giants fan base take by hearing what Farhan has to say and then what he does? I'm tired of the talk. You got to get to acting.
No, he didn't. No, come on. Come on, MF.
I got to go look it up.
I got to hear that.
I got to look it up. He said it on KMBR.
I'm going to pull that KMBR up app.
Oh, you're going to pull it up? Okay, if you're going to get
I'm going to look it on my phone real quick and just.
Okay, go for it.
I don't see how Dave Fleming would do that.
Come on, MF. Don't be messing with us. There's no way.
Maybe he said in 7 years that, I mean.
God, man.
Where's my KMBR app? Hold on. I got too many apps.
It's so damn frustrating. Look, did I think Imanaga was going to be a saving grace? No, but you constantly miss out on all these guys. Yeah, he could have been a good 3 or 4 in your rotation. I don't think he would have kept you from getting making a trade. You ever heard of that? Making a trade? Yeah, traded for Ray. He ain't going to be ready till next year. And even with that, you don't know what he's going to come back as. Is he going to be the same? Tommy John, granted, Tommy John has come a long ways. Usually guys can come back and have their powers restored. But we don't know. It's still a question mark. You don't know. For this year, definitely he's not going to play an impact. Yeah, he'll come out and play a few games. He'll come out and play a few games, and that's about it. He's not going to. By the time he comes back and pitches for the Giants in 2024, the Giants are already going to be out of it.
Okay, Dave Fleming joins Murph and Marcus to break down the Giants' free agency issues in the national champion. Okay, let's see if there's any.
Yes, thank you. JD Martinez and Soler are fill-in players for what you already have, a solid foundation. That's one thing the Giants don't have right now. They don't have a solid foundation. They haven't built it. 5 years. Here we are now. 5, going on 6 years of Farhan. Right. Where's the foundation? It's crumbling.
We're at 209. Whoa.
Yeah. How about that?
Whoa. I was thinking, like, what are we sitting in here talking about? We say the same thing every night. I'm ready to hang it up. I mean, let's see. I think San Francisco screwed themselves by trying to.
Just people want to come on here and vent.
I think San Francisco screwed themselves by trying to contend. Everybody hit that like button if you would.
Yeah, hit that like.
If you haven't done so already. And subscribe if you haven't. Well, you've already subscribed, I would assume.
If you're chatting, you've subscribed. If you haven't chatted, subscribe.
Yeah, if you haven't chatted, subscribe. There you go. I think the Giants screwed themselves by trying to contend these last couple of years instead of rebuilding. By doing this, they have been blocking a lot of younger players' development. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Either
very good, yes, sir.
Pick a path, man. It's so frustrating, this middle of the road. And you know what? I like Matt Chapman. He's a good ball player. But Matt Chapman, if he's the only guy you add, add another pitcher, that does nothing.
Nope.
To make this team that much. Who's hitting in the lineup? That's, Matt Chapman's like a 240 hitter.
Right.
Okay. Strikes out a lot. Yeah, he's great in defense and he plays a lot, but how long is that going to last?
Right.
You know, I just think Casey Schmidt is a guy that you drafted. You said he was the next Matt Chapman defensively. Let's see it. I mean, to me, that's why I don't put the money in Matt Chapman. I put the extra dollars of Matt Chapman and I go get me some real boppers in Bellinger and Soler and maybe add a Hoskins, who, he's not the greatest defensive player, and you do want to have a better defense. I get that. Defense may be a difficult situation. I don't know we don't know what Luciano's going to be defensively.
Okay, guys, who's the number 2 in the rotation right now? Right, it's January 9th. Who is the number 2 in the rotation behind Webb? Anyone? Number 2? Who's the number 2 in our rotation?
Can I guess?
I mean, it's Harrison. Harrison is the number 2. That's bad. That's not setting up your guy for success. You're setting it up for failure. It's ridiculous, man.
I mean,
January 9th.
The plan may be to maybe it is to go young. I don't know, but it doesn't appear that way because he's re-signed Cobb for $10 million. So Cobb is your number 2 when he comes back, let's say in
Mid-season?
May, June. I don't know when he's coming back. And then Robbie Ray is your 2 when he comes back in probably July.
I know who your number 2 is. John Brebbia, the opener.
That's
going to be your number 2.
They got to re-sign him. He's a free agent. It's
Walker.
Ryan Walker.
Ryan Walker is going to be your number 2 right there, the opener.
Yeah. Will Martinez, I like that. It's Logan Webb and pray for rain until Cobb and Ray. Pray for rain for 3.
Gosh,
can you imagine? Yeah, I don't get all wound up like you, Eric, anymore. I really don't. I know you get frustrated.
I do because I'll tell you. And
well, let me ask you this. This is a little counseling session for Eric now. Okay, hold on. Let me get my.
Man, here.
Let me get my. Sit back.
There we go.
You want to be counseled by a winner or a loser?
Shit.
Huh?
How about a winner?
All right. Let me put my counseling winner hat on.
There we go.
Okay. I can give you a loser if you want to be counseled.
To me, Dr. Dan.
If you want to be counseled by the loser,
I don't want to be counseled by a creamsicle. How about a winner?
Okay. Eric, my friend, what troubles you?
I can't stand who's running the San Francisco Giants. I can't stand them.
Okay. And does raising your voice make you feel better?
Yes, it does.
It does. Okay. How does it make you feel better, Eric?
Because I'm able just to release that pent-up anger because I'll tell you what it is. I want to be wrong, right? I want to be wrong. I come on here hoping, maybe there's going to be one day, I'm making all this fuss. I'm making all this craziness, right? I'm pretty passionate. I think everyone knows that. But I want to be wrong. I want to be able to come on here and say, Dan, guess what? We were wrong about Farhan Zaidi.
Okay.
And there's not one time that has happened. Not once.
So your frustration is that you're right?
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. Is that pitiful? I'm pissed off because I'm right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
how can that be? Dr. Dan, how can that be? How can I be pissed off being right?
Yeah. All right. So, though, that nothing's going to change. It's okay to voice your opinion, but having some composure in doing so, do you think that would change maybe your outlook on your family life or maybe your toilet time or what? Tell us.
Toilet time. You know what's crazy? This is and this is the problem, I think, with some of the. I mean, on this channel, we let it fly, right? We it's no holds barred. We tell how it is. We're not gonna no. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. That's the problem, I think, with some of the fan base. Not all of them, but some of the fan base where they're out there, and that's the problem. There's too much calmness. There's too much. Well, maybe they could go out and sign this guy and maybe sign that guy. No, there's got to be a time when people got to stand up and say, you know what, this is wrong.
Yes, but who's listening?
Nobody. Well, you know what? I shouldn't say nobody because there is a segment of the fan base out there that agree with us.
Well, the fan base, yes, but who's listening that actually has a say in your frustration?
Who actually has a say in my frustration?
Yeah. Like I come on here and I put out my Twitter post like I did tonight, and I lay it out there, but it's more of I'm not, losing my.
Hold on. I can bring up a tweet of a certain nursery rhyme character.
We have one? What do you got?
No, that you put out. You remember the other night?
What did I put out? Farham? Humpty Dumpty? Did I put out the Humpty Dumpty tweet?
You put out the Humpty Dumpty.
Did I pull it back? I have a.
Did you pull it back?
I can't remember. I thought I pulled that back.
Maybe you did. But you get just as frustrated. Your frustration is a little bit different. But you do. There's times where I've seen
I let it out. Every now and then it'll rise to the surface. Okay. But Eric, I'm a little more concerned about your well-being in that maybe you have some Draymond Green issues.
Draymond Green. Look, I'm not gonna physically assault anybody, but I will let my my voice be heard. Absolutely.
You're like I liken your problem to Draymond Green yelling at the officials, and nothing's going to change. You're just going to get yourself more and more frustrated.
Yeah,
because the officials aren't listening to Draymond, and the officials of the Giants can give a what about what you think and what I think too. So I want to talk. I want to calm Eric down tonight. So let's see if we can find a little gadget. Hold on just a minute, Eric.
Let's see what this guy says. I like this. Haven't seen you in here before. Well, maybe I've seen you. I'm just going to call you Wing. Y'all got to get it together. I hate San Francisco. This pitiful franchise I see before me is the time I hate. Be worthy of it. Be a link forever. 4 cities, 2 teams, 1 rivalry. Sack up SF.
All right, Eric. I don't have...
Interesting. Good.
I don't have the proper tool, but I want you to just follow the extension. It's just okay. All right. Just
what is this?
All right, Eric.
You want me to, are you trying to use hypnosis by using an extension cord?
Hold on here. I got my cord all tangled up around the cord here. Ah, jeez. Everything's all tangled up here. Hold on here.
Oh, man.
Got my earphone. All right, Eric.
There we go.
I just follow this.
Follow the extension cord. Got it.
Okay. All right. The Giants. Just repeat after me.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants.
The Giants.
With Farhan. Are a 4th place team.
Is a 4th place team.
And ownership does not care about that.
And ownership does not care about that.
Okay, there we go. All right. Now, let's see if we can calm Eric down.
Kumbaya, my lord.
Kumbaya. Okay. Here we go.
But you know what? If I had that guitar, I might have to do an impersonation of the Who and absolutely
you might be doing.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm telling you,
I'm gonna keep this right back here in the background, Eric.
There you go.
And when you get a little,
it's gonna come to a time where I'm gonna spike these headphones.
I'm just gonna go. Eric, I'm gonna go.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, very good, turd. Their ownership, all 31 of them.
Yeah, they don't care. It's
They
pretty
don't
obvious.
care.
It's
It's
pretty
pretty
obvious.
right.
I
It
mean,
is.
you got money. You got people out there that will take your money if you put it out there. And
Hey, okay.
you know,
Michael, if you calm down, Eric, I'm going to go on strike. Oh, man. Look, hey, are you taking song requests in? There you go.
well, I don't know how to play the guitar. That's not mine.
You can strum it. There you go.
I
That's
can
a mouse
strum
one.
it. I can strum it. Yeah. So I want to show you guys what just want to show you something, what a real baseball player's card looks like. Okay. I want to show you a guy's 162 game. Let me see. That's not what I want. This is what I want.
Good
Okay.
point, Justin. Yep. If this team was on the East Coast, Farhan would have been gone long ago.
Oh, yes.
100%.
Without a doubt. All right, here we go. I'm going to pull up a guy's stats here and see if you know who. Oh, you can't. It already shows it. I'm sorry. You see it in the. Can you guys see the 162 games down there at the bottom?
There you go. Yep.
Whoops. Why did it go away?
I see it.
Average 617 at bats, 209 hits a season, batted 338 on average, only 29 strikeouts per season, 52 walks, averaged about 9 home runs. You guys know who that is based
Yeah,
on
we know who that is.
you could see his name up there. But look at that. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame how many years ago it was today. It's pretty cool. The phone call that he received, and Tony Gwynn was awesome. He was awesome.
Yeah, you'll never see another one like him.
Too bad he kind of was in San Diego for how many years did he play? 20 years? 20 years, all in San Diego. I mean,
Mr. Padre.
Yeah, he got to play for Bruce Bochy, man. Didn't Boch? He played with Boch, I think, too.
I think he did.
And when did Boch take the Padres to the World Series? 98, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 98. Yeah. Yeah. Tony had a down year that year, only hit 321. Jeez. What a player. What a player. Man. How do guys hit 200? How does a guy like Matt Chapman hit 240 and people want to pay him?
I know. They want to pay him $100 million.
I mean, come on. This is
that
unbelievable.
That's
Tony
the
Gwynn
game.
never won an MVP either. Look at that. He was MVP in 84. He was 3rd, 23rd, 9th, 8th, 11th, 8th. No votes there. All the way down into 93, 21st, 7th, 9th, 6th. I mean, there was a lot of great baseball players. That means, look at that. The year he batted 390. Oh, let me pull that up. The year he batted 394, he was 7th in the MVP voting.
Wow.
My goodness. Was that the shortened season, 94? I think it
94 was, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess maybe they didn't even have an. I guess they did. They voted on it, 7th. But look at that. The guy almost hit 400 and there were 6 players higher than him.
Yeah,
baseball crazy. What's happened, guys, with where are the guys, I mean, that consistently hit 300? Who's the only guy that comes to your mind if you say 300 hitter, you say, that guy's going to hit 300?
Yeah.
I'm thinking Luis Arraez.
That's it, right? That's pretty
Is
much
there
it.
anybody else that you say, oh, this guy's a sure bet to hit 300?
Sure bet. Exactly. Yeah, that's about it. Maybe Acuna. Maybe Freddie Freeman. That's a good one. Truth. Yeah. Who else? I mean, we could probably name them on one hand. Thanks, PK. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for saying that, Crab, because that's something I mentioned earlier. I put a tweet out there. Farhan was supposed to come to the Giants, right? Do some magic wonders with the farm system, but the gap has only grown with the Dodgers, and not only that, you got Arizona that surpassed you under his watch.
This is like we're like Chick-fil-A here, Benji. Our pleasure. Sandy Koufax. All right, let's take a look at Sandy's stats. Let's look at his 162 game average. Where's his ERA? Where's my ERA? 2.76.
Average 222 innings pitched.
Yeah.
Does anyone even get to 200 anymore?
Logan Webb and Garrett Cole, guys like that. That's about it.
Two.
Couple guys
on one hand.
Let's see what was his most innings pitched. He had 335 and 65. 335. There's some unbelievable numbers in here. He gave up some pretty good long balls in 65, 26 bombs. But
that's
still,
when his shoulder. Well, actually, his shoulder was going out for a while though. Was it his shoulder or elbow? One of those two, right?
Still was Cy Young.
Yep.
Gave up, had a 2.04 ERA, 382 strikeouts to 71 base on balls, 216 hits in 335 innings. Are you kidding me? They couldn't hit him.
Nope. Correct, Jessica. Not only did Arizona pass San Francisco with the development of players, they also made impactful moves. We talked about that. Remember, trade deadline. And not only that, offseason trade. Because remember, they picked up Gabriel Moreno, right? In the last offseason from Toronto, right? They traded Varsho.
Yeah. You guys want to see something crazy? Is Marichal up there now?
I think so, yeah.
Is that Juan? He on there?
That's him.
Okay, I'm not looking at our screen. I want you to look at innings pitched when you talked about innings pitched. Look at the innings pitched.
257 was his average.
Started like 262, 321, 269, 290, 307, 202, 325, 299, 242. Another one that pitched a ton of innings was Bob Gibson.
Yeah,
Bob Gibson. Innings pitched. Well, not as much as Marichal. He didn't have any. He only had a couple of 300s.
No, his average, though, is higher. Isn't it 262?
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Does that say 262?
Yeah. What was Marichal's?
257.
Okay. I'm trying to think of another innings eater back then. Who was a big innings eater? Wonder if Ferguson Jenkins was. Let's see.
Wasn't Nolan Ryan? He used to go to distance, right?
Fergie Jenkins averaged 243.
243. It's still up there.
I don't think Ryan.
No one gets close to that, though.
No, they don't even get close. You get 150, you're considered like you know. Okay, look at Ryan 232.
232. I mean, that's
I'm trying to think of somebody who used to just be a guy that just took the ball. I bet
Cy Young.
I bet you I'm trying to get modern. I bet you Gaylord Perry was over 250. Maybe it dropped toward the end. Gaylord Perry, Gaylord innings 248. Yeah,
he's up there. Steve Carlton.
Oh, there's a name.
Yeah, Truth Hurts. That would be Don from Evansville. We're gonna have to open up the phone lines tonight for sure.
Yeah, Steve Carlton, 245. Come on, who's Who's 262 is the highest, but that was Koufax, but that wasn't very many years. I mean, these
No,
guys,
no,
these
262.
guys
I thought
pitched
was
a ton of year.
that was Gibson 262.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay. I'm trying to think of another guy that would have
Third
pitched.
Ferguson Breby on the Mets radar. There goes our number 2.
I wonder
That's
how many.
bossy.
I wonder how many Tom Seaver used to pitch, because he used to do a lot of. Tom,
Drysdale. Someone saying Don Drysdale.
okay.
Up
Here is
207 or 250.
where am I at?
250.
Hold on, where's my 62 on here? 250 for Seaver.
That's good.
I mean, Don
Drysdale.
on Drysdale. 14 years, innings pitched, 237 average. So all these guys, and they did it on 4 days rest.
Yeah, they did. There wasn't a
They did it
5-man
on
rotation.
4 days rest, and here we are last night talking about going to a 6 game to save your bullpen. Wow.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
Look at these guys, though. They were built 6'5". These guys were just trucks, man. These guys today. That's why I don't know how long Yamamoto holds up. Seriously.
Well, he might have a different preparation of what he does in off season, so he'll be fine. That has a lot to do with it. What you do in the off season will determine how you do in the regular season.
True. All right. So, Luis Arise, I saw. Oh yeah, that was when we were talking 300 here. I saw. Okay, so what else we got in here?
Oh my gosh, man! It's just.
I just don't think Farhan's a guy that I think the Giants wake up a year or two from now and look at the situation and go, where are we as an organization compared to when Farhan took over, and realize that they actually went backwards.
Exactly.
What's
it going to take for them to realize that?
I mean, some of these draft picks may pan out, but if you're not developing guys, look, I put it out there tonight. The Padres traded away 5 really good prospects for Juan Soto, right? Robert Woods, the pitcher, C.J. Abrams, or James Woods, Robert Hassel III, the pitcher Mackenzie Gore, and another one or some, but like 4 or 5, and that was just a couple years ago, and they today have 7 guys in the top 100.
Yep.
And the Giants have done no trades of any kind of their farm, and they only have 3.
That's ridiculous.
So
that's a dereliction of duty.
Why aren't the Giants developing prospects? What is going on? That is Farhan's job, to make sure who's ever in charge of player development in the minor leagues is, pumping out top products or prospects. The Dodgers do it. The Dodgers and Diamondbacks have more in the top 100 than the Giants do as well.
Yeah, and like you said, Colorado has
Colorado's
more.
Colorado's on the upbeat. I mean, you got a couple of different top 100s. You got, Bleacher Reports. You've got MLB. You've got Keith Laws. You got all kinds of different, but the consensus is pretty much the same. The Giants only landed one honorable mention that's the 50 that missed the top 100 in Bryce Eldridge. Yeah. So only one.
One.
I mean, the Orioles last year had 7 players in the top 100 in Baseball America's top 100.
And this is what I don't understand is, what is ownership look? What is their criteria to say that he is succeeding? What? I don't know what their standards are, but it's obviously very low, because it doesn't make any sense. Not at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what you're doing is you're destroying the fan base by doing this.
Yeah. So, chat, let's get some suggestions. Why don't we get why don't I go grab the phone line?
Grab the phone?
Here's what I want. You call in. I don't want any just saying the Giants suck. They don't do anything. Okay, we've voiced that ad nauseum.
Yep.
I don't want any Farhan. Frustrated. I want concrete
solutions.
Yeah, I want to know what you come up with. Give me 3, a minimum of 2, as many as 5 or 6 that you would sign or trade for. I want to see you turn
this offseason.
Yeah, this offseason. I want to see you with a solution to make this team a contender. If you were the guy in charge, what would you do? Just come up with, something. And it can be, I came up with a huge plan 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, trades, signings. I got somebody says, well, you can't go up to 300 million. I go, you certainly can for 1 year. And then go back under next year. You got other guys coming off the books. That's what the Dodgers are doing.
Yep. Tomorrow.
Dodgers are going up to 300.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of teams are.
I mean, not a lot up to 300. But
I should say there's
the Mets have done it. The Yankees are close. Teams do it, but then they can dip back down under the.
Right. They have a plan, kind of like with the Dodgers. Their master plan is in full effect.
So I'm going to go grab the phone. I forgot to bring it in. We're going to only calls with solutions.
Solutions.
No. We've already beat this thing to death for months. I can't keep. I'm losing my own sanity talking about it. All right, put the number out there. I'll go grab the phone.
Gotcha. All right, here we go, guys. It is NorCal Sports Phone time. Phone line is open, 707-673-6060. Give Dan a call with solutions. We kind of already beat down Farhan and everyone, all the organization. I'm sure we'll keep doing that. Call in with solutions. What do you want to do? Dan wants to hear 5 or 6 transactions, whether it's trades or free agency, to make the team better this year. Here what you got.
(707-673-6060). All right, it's 707-673-6060. We'll take your phone calls on the NorCal Sports Phone.
I do not know why it is not working. Should be.
What's not working?
Super chat.
Really?
That's what Robert's saying. I have no idea. I know there was times when I was super chatting on Larry's show years ago that sometimes it wouldn't just work.
Really? Oh. Yep. Well, send your checks and your donations to
Farhan interviews make me sick. Agreed, Twisted. 100%.
All right. Phone calls only with solutions.
Yes, I already said that. Solutions. 5 to 6 players you want to trade and or sign.
Or it could be as little as 2 moves. I don't care.
2 moves.
No this 1 year. Move. No, don't say sign Chapman and that's it. You'll be instantly hung up on.
You ain't got to do that there, Robert. You don't have to donate $20. Come on now.
Wait a minute. Trying to donate $20. Well, if he wants to, sure, why not? Let me see. We got a call from the Central Valley.
Oh,
Central Valley. That's next fan. What do they call that? Fan?
Oh, Fan Fest. Yeah. Sacramento.
All right. From the Central Valley. You're our
It's
new.
Vita.
Who is it? Vita?
It's Vita. What's up?
Hey,
Up,
Vita.
Vita. So
Are you going
Vita.
to be hosting the Fan Fest there at Central Valley? We're looking for one fan in the Central Valley that you can be the host for the Giants Central Valley Fan Fest. We're moving all over Northern California.
That's a real thing?
Well, not in the Central Valley. They got them in Sacramento. They got them San Jose. I think something like that. But anyway,
that is interesting.
So what do you got on your mind to make the Giants better in 24?
Well, I think the problem is, I think they have to go through the trade route, but I think the problem is there's not many teams that are looking to trade. I think Seattle's deal was they were looking to cut payroll. I mean, that's pretty obvious. Right? They
Right.
have that network deal that they don't really know where that's going. So obviously they look to cut the future payroll of Ray and take on, that immediate payroll.
Right. They basically got Henniger, and then DeSclafani is gone after this year.
Yeah. So I'm kind of looking around and I'm thinking, okay, well, which teams are really looking to probably move off some players? My number one thing would be Luis Robert. I don't care what they ask for. Give it to them. They want Harrison, Luciano, and Eldridge. Just give them all to them. It doesn't matter. If you can get a guy like that in your lineup or in your organization, and I think, what is he making, like $10 million a year right now? He's not. I know his deal's not that.
Not a lot. I mean, would you really go Luciano, Harrison, and Eldridge though?
They want more than that.
Because right
The
now,
reports came out that
seems to be
the White Sox wanted the Braves' top 3 prospects for
season. How often do we hang on to
Actually,
these
they wanted 4.
The
Braves are going to give
one
3,
of those guys
but they wanted 4.
Something. I mean, the Giants just, particularly with hitters, they just don't have a very good track record. I mean, yeah, you can point to guys like Posey and Crawford. Kind of, he became something.
Right.
When you get Luis Robert, you're getting a sure thing, and you're also getting somebody that you can say this is the pillar of our franchise. You can attract other free agents. They have to turn it around at some point. And just right now, there's nothing happening. If you bring him in, tear up his contract, sign him to, I don't know how old he is, probably mid to late 20s.
I think so.
25, I think.
I think he's 26, but
give him a 10-year extension for $400. I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter. Who cares? Who else are they spending money on? Get someone like that so we can say, okay, for the next decade, we're set. Who are we putting around this guy? I mean, I've said before, I was the kind of guy that's hold on to prospects, hold on to prospects. It's not going anywhere right now. The Giants need to start turning this around quick. Because what are we looking at? For the next decade, we have to face the juggernaut, over there in Southern California. What are they really going to do to contend with these guys? We need to start it now. And bringing in guys like Snell and Bellinger, you're bringing these guys in, and you might get 2 or 3 years out of them, and then the decline starts.
Right.
And I don't really see those guys as. I don't care who the pitcher is. There's not many that you can see as, oh, this is the guy that's going to attract other free agents. No, that's just not going to happen. I love Logan Webb, but he pitches once every 5 days. We need someone that makes an impact every day.
That's true. Yeah. Luis Robert will be 27 August 3rd this year.
Give him a 10-year extension.
He's let me take a look at his he's been in the big leagues for 4 years. He's averaging 33 homers, 93 RBIs, 279 batting average with an OPS of 827 is his major league average. He's hit 38 homers last year. His first couple of years, he did 11, 13, and 12. So
he was hurt.
His breakout year.
Yeah.
Good point, Turd. Good point, Turd.
The only other team I could think of that you could look at as like a potential trade partner, because you have to. I'm going through all the teams. I'm like, which team is really looking to subtract? That's the only way it's going to work. Because you got to find teams that are willing to subtract because they have these contracts they're trying to get out of, or they're just going nowhere. But even then, the teams that are going nowhere, there's not many of them that have, players that would be like Pittsburgh. They're not going to trade anybody to us. And Washington, those guys are in full rebuild mode, and they have guys that they're going to hang on to. But Oakland is another wild card where I don't know what they're doing. I'm surprised you don't hear about their guys more often. That's really strange because
I don't know what
really going anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know what they really even have.
That I read Boston was trying to get out from underneath Trevor Story's contract. I wonder if there's something you can work. They're looking for a shortstop. Maybe bring him in and have Boston take on some of that salary if they're willing to do it.
That would be, if they're willing to take on the salary, because I think they got 4 or 5 years left of Story.
Yeah,
maybe at least
that's
4.
The problem. There's not enough teams that are looking to coast. Everybody's looking to contend. I mean, look at what Kansas City's doing. Ever since the wild card expansion became a thing, there's just more and more teams that are.
Well, yeah, you look at the Giants, how bad they really are, and
exactly.
we're last. They were not out of the race until the last week or 2 of the season. I mean, technically, they weren't out of the race mathematically till like the last 4 or 5 games, 6 games, whatever it was. But they were kind of in it all the way up until they came to Arizona in mid-September and got beaten the 2-game series to Arizona. And that kind of was like the icing on the cake for most of us. But had they won both those games, they would have been like right in it, like literally.
Yeah, I have a feeling Farhan's he's gonna panic and do something that Bert's gonna be like, oh man, we wanted to trade, but not that. I just don't know what that is yet.
Well, I'll tell you what, Farhan has not made any. I said this last night. What deals has Farhan made that he's traded away? Anybody of significance? Name one.
Nothing, at least not significance he knew of.
Yeah, I mean, Dubon was a guy he traded away that turned out pretty good, but he will not make moves. He wants to win every deal. He's so cautious. He probably got the agents ticked off dealing with Imanaga. I don't know.
If it's true because I've been working a lot today and I just kind of got home. Imanaga signed for a deal averaging $15 million.
Yeah,
is that what he went
for the first 2 years. Yeah,
for the first few years. Yeah, I don't know why you just didn't pay him 3 years, $20 million, and then and have club options for 4, or whatever. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the Luis Robert thing. I'm ready for a change, and like these little small incremental things where he's working on, he updates the back end of the roster and ignores the top. I'm over that already. He's paid no attention to the top of that the roster whatsoever. None. He's just brought in these guys that are backups, fourth outfielders, minor league guys that, some of them turned in to be okay contributors, but he's done nothing to increase the ceiling, just the floor. And it's just frustrating because it feels like this is a team that every year can go out there and win 72 to 78 games. Like, that's not good enough. But I feel like that's exactly what he's there for. Just make the team good enough to give the illusion that we're really trying. But this ownership's not. I don't want to rag on them because I know you guys don't want to do that. They're not trying.
We know that. We know that. Yeah. So, all right. Well, we got that down. We got Luis Robert.
Not crucifying me for that. I just the Luis Robert thing to me just seems like it'd be a deal worth making. And like Harrison looks like he's going to be something. Sure, Eldridge could, and Luciano, I want to believe he is, and maybe all 3 of them turn into something. But here's the thing: with Giants prospects, when they turn into something, it's usually when they're not a Giant anymore, and there's a reason for that.
Yep.
All these players when they leave, they become something. They weren't going to do anything here. This team doesn't know how to produce hitters. It's just frustrating. So
Right.
we'll get one that we know is already proven.
Right.
Why not? What do you got to lose? You're going to have the guy for 10 years. Who cares about those other guys? I can't believe we were saying that because I'm always like, hang on to the prospects. I'm big on that stuff. But at this point, I'm just, who cares? Just do something.
All right, man. Hey, well, thanks, Vita, for calling. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
night. You too. Bye-bye.
All right, so Dave
good call by
Fleming-
Vita. But only thing is, there's no way. I don't think the Giants have. See, we evaluate our guys a little bit differently than maybe what other teams, and I don't think the Giants have enough to try to pull off a trade for.
All right, so Dave Fleming said the 2020 Dodgers are better than the 24 lineup.
Come on, seriously?
I don't know. Let's look at the Dodgers lineup right now. They've got at the top, they got Betts probably leading off, something like that. They got Ohtani probably batting second. They got Freeman and Will Smith, Teoscar Hernandez, 5. Trying to think who else they got. Outman,
Muncie
6. Muncie. All right, so let's take a look at the
and Lux, right?
Lux. Let's take a look at the 2020 Dodgers.
Good point, creative. Our farm system's not even ranked in the top 15.
All right, 2020
Yeah, let's go. Here we go.
catchers: Will Smith and Barnes. Okay, infield, you had pretty much the starters were
Kike,
Muncie,
Seager, Turner.
Seager, and Turner, and Chris Taylor was in there. Kiki Hernandez, and then your outfielders were Bellinger, Betts, Taylor. Pollock had a good year.
I think Peterson had a decent year in 20.
Yeah, I mean it's
I don't know if it's better, but
it's up there for debate. So
I don't know if it's better. I don't know, man.
I don't know. Yeah,
I don't think I would have been as bold to say that. Could they be? You know, we haven't seen what 2024 has done yet, but to me, it's on paper.
Yep. All right, we got Don
from Evansville. Is your battery about to die? Because I heard it beep.
It did earlier. Yeah, it's down to about 8%, 9%. It's good enough.
All right.
NorCal Sports starring Dan and Eric.
Hey, it's our. We got to have Don do our radio promos.
I know, right?
Listen to that voice, man. Hey, did you do
Don?
the price? You sound.
Top 40 radio. I used to be in top 4 radio here in Evansville.
Oh, okay. I was going to say you got the radio voice for the guy with the price right. Come on down.
Yeah, that's when they didn't pay nothing.
Okay.
Hey, I tell you what, you guys are going to think I'm crazy. And I sent this to you about 3 weeks ago on your chat. And
okay,
you guys, the Giants need some swagger.
Yeah.
I'd go out and sign Yasiel Puig.
Okay.
Did you see what he's hitting in the winter ball? And I just looked it up because a few weeks ago they said he's been ripping the cover. And apparently he's hitting 360 with 12 homers and 32 RBIs in 48 games. And I just saw where now the Tampa Bay's thinking about signing him.
Yeah, I did see that with Tampa Bay. Yeah, why not? You know, Giants, they need something, man. I even said go sign Trevor Bauer, you know, and give him sign him probably pretty cheap. And if he messes up, you void the contract and you send him packing. But I think he's learned his lesson and he hasn't been convicted.
Did you see it on, I think it was Bleacher Report, one of the writers there predicted that Bellinger would probably sign with the Giants, but he said I think it was 11 or 12 years for $250 million. But that's what his theory was. So I don't know if you saw that or not.
I did not see that. They think he will sign with the Giants?
Well, that's what the reporter said. He listed 9 or 10 teams, and that's what he came up with because all these other teams are starting to get, fill out their outfield positions. So they really don't need Bellinger right now. And the Cubs, they don't want to pay him that kind of money. And they've got that young rookie, Crow Armstrong.
Yeah, Pete Crow Armstrong to play center, yeah.
Supposed to be good.
Oh, I won't keep you long, but what do you think about this trade? Matos might end up being a good player. And, the Marlins are looking for some hitters. I would try to trade for either Luzardo or Cabrera.
Okay.
And I would think they could possibly get him. They might have to give up Matos and maybe either Conforto or Luciano, trade 2 of the 3. But I think if the Farhan really would try, to make a proposal there, I think he might be able to get it because the Marlins definitely need hitting. And I know the Giants need both, but
I'd be all for trading Luzardo and I Conforto, I guess, and I guess I'd give up Matos. I'd rather hang on to Luciano just because of the bat speed and the power and what he might become. But
I think there's a possibility that he would try that, but you never know what these general managers do. I mean, but they said the Marlins were willing to trade either him or Cabrera, and I think both of them would look good in the Giants rotation.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I liked your idea a couple weeks ago of Mondesi, picking him up to be a kind of a utility guy in the infield. He could play all three spots, second, short, third, and he's faster than lightning. When
he came up with Kansas City before all the injuries, he was one of their top one or two prospects in the organization, and his problem's been staying healthy. And I think he's only 28 though,
something like that. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't cost a lot to get him in free agency, and I mean, they're talking about having backup shortstop. I mean, Tommy Edman might not be bad to pick up from St. Louis for a shortstop.
Now, did you know he had surgery in October, and the Cardinals were talking because they're only like 2.5 hours from here. They're talking that they're going to start the season probably him in the outfield because of I think he had shoulder surgery.
Oh boy!
So
that fits for Farhan. If he had shoulder surgery or coming off Tommy John, that would be good for Farhan. Yeah. Jeez. Right. Well, hey, listen.
I won't keep you guys. I was just trying to propose a couple things, but
all right.
A shot at Twig. I mean, wouldn't that be something? Him in a Giants uniform against the Dodgers?
That would be crazy.
Yeah. Why not go get Twig playing the outfield? Bauer pitching and JD Martinez DHing.
And one other thing, did you see where Julio Urias? They said
he's
not going a felony charge now, so maybe misdemeanor. But I'm sure he might get suspended. But that guy's a heck of a pitcher. But I don't know if anybody's going to take a chance on him.
Oh yeah, San Francisco would fit. Sign all the misfits.
Right. Hey, you never know. I mean, it could be like the Bad News Bears or whatever.
That's right. Hey.
Okay, well, you guys have a good evening.
Hey,
okay?
Yeah, you too, Don. Thanks for calling. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Good call by Don.
Very good. Hey, what do we got in the chat here? I'm running on E tonight, man. I'm just
182 in the chat.
Anybody want to come in and co-host tonight?
Sure.
Come on. Put that link out there. We need a co-host. A real baseball co-host. Who's
not feeling it, huh?
Just tired.
Yeah.
I get tired of talking about the Giants, to be honest with you.
I know, it's frustrating.
What the heck are we going to say that we haven't been saying for months?
I know. I agree.
Bub Rad,
because he's not doing nothing.
Giants
You know what?
Are a bad year or two from becoming the A's. Exactly.
This is the problem, Dan. We talked about this before the offseason, that this was going to be an important offseason for the Giants. And this is what's making it so frustrating. It's that they're not doing nothing.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
Put my logo back on that I made.
There you go.
I made this logo, by the way, DC. I take full credit for it.
Gonzo, talk wrestling.
Yeah, you guys want to talk wrestling?
Can
you imagine being an A's or Pirates fan, Don?
This is how it feels.
That's tough.
Now we know how they feel.
Not quite.
We're not there, but it's on its road.
But I think the more frustrating thing for Giants fans is that they've got the money and the revenue and the ballpark and the history of the club to be right there, competing, and yet they're not. So,
and that's an issue when you can't.
You
can't use the history of the club.
Time to change the light. Let's
It's
go.
probably giving you a headache. It's probably giving you a headache doing it.
Let's go green. Can we
go green? Go for it. Go green. Kind of feeling sick.
I just want to do something crazy. Come on. Where's it going? It's getting brighter. Dang. Man, I went back to the eye doctor today. man, after the surgery in my left eye, my vision changed quite a bit in the left eye.
That's for a good, right?
Well, yeah, I got a more powerful contact prescription now.
Nice.
So
Good
and
deal.
I got a cataract. So once I get that done, I'm good. Hey, where's the green on this thing? Where is this thing? How did that happen before?
He's asking, do you guys see the Giants?
Oh, I see. It is dark without a light.
Yeah, it's dark. Yeah, see, there you go.
Ooh, look at that. Is that orange now? Am I orange again?
A little bit orange. A little bit orange.
Is that better?
Do you guys see the Giants putting on this season, going after Bichette or Vlad Jr. next year? Who knows?
No, Giants ain't going after Jack.
They ain't gonna do nothing.
Giants ain't getting Jack. Okay.
That's the problem, Howard. You
better get Bellinger now. Some people don't like Bellinger, but if you want to gain other players in the future, you got to get a guy now.
Now here's the question: if you get Bellinger, is it better just to put him at first, just to be able to prolong his career being at first base rather than an outfield? Because the outfield is going to have a little bit more wear and tear on the body than at first base.
He's still young enough to play in the outfield. He's 28.
No, I totally understand it, but I'm just saying, as far as once you get to that point of getting hurt a lot, though, it's hard to come back from that.
He got hurt because he hit a home run in the World Series, the fake World Series, and he gave a, shoulder bump and jumped up and gave one of these and dislocated his shoulder. Yeah.
Cryptic Trader says he despises Farhan. What's up, Benji?
Well, who doesn't? Vino Chris says, OMG, Bellinger again. And when we say the word Jesus, you want to just put a Lord in front of that. He's Lord Jesus. Okay? We're going to talk Jesus on the channel. We're going to talk Lord Jesus on my channel. All right? We don't want to take the Lord Jesus name in vain.
Was there ever any serious considerations to moving the fences in like you had proposed? Remember? We had some fun with that Google Earth.
He was talking about Jesus Aguilar? Wait a minute. Was
Jesus Luzardo.
Not this guy. He wasn't talking about Jesus Luzardo.
No, I don't think so.
No, not that guy.
Vino Chris says, dude, Bellinger sucks.
Why? Because he hit 306? 26 homers? Anybody else in the Giants even hit half of 306?
Half of 306?
I mean, how do you say Bellinger? I mean, it's great to say somebody sucks, but prove it. How does he suck? Let me just pull up his last year's stats. And if you want to go off of 21 and 22, yes, he stunk.
Mm-hmm.
He was horrible. But if you want to do that, then I'm going to go back further and show you 2019, where he was MVP. Explain, Vino, Chris, why
does Bellinger suck?
It's just, that's what's great about sports. Everybody's got an opinion, but back it up with some, I'm going to put up his stats right here for last year. He didn't have a huge, velocity rate last year. It was down a little bit, but he was 10th in the league in MVP.
It's pretty good.
He hit 307. I'm sorry, I said 306. He was on base of 356. His strikeouts was down to 87. He cut that down quite a bit, almost in half from the year before. An OPS of 881. An OPS plus of 133. Yeah. Even in his lousy years of 21 and 22, his OPS plus, well, 21 was just downright terrible. I mean,
Yeah,
that
it
was
was
one of the
bad.
worst years, but he was coming off of major shoulder surgery and came back too soon. Michael Conforto, for example, took a whole year off. Okay. Cody Bellinger came back in the next season and was not ready in any way to play. And his swing got all jacked up because he tried to compensate for the shoulder injury and he stunk.
Mm-hmm.
And it carried into 22. The Dodgers didn't re-sign him. Yeah, Eric L says, we're saying Bellinger sucks, but we have guys on the team like Yaz and Slater. So I haven't seen you can have Hike. I won't go root for him. You can have Hike. Who's Hike? I don't know. Where is Vino Chris? I haven't seen in the chat why he stunk. He just said he stinks. I mean, that's and how can you want an ex-Dodger?
Here we go. It says, I don't have his advanced stats on hand, but if you look into it, it was not good.
Well, we'll look into it.
21. Well, 21.
And then he says,
22.
and he says here, no ex-Dodgers. What do you have against ex-Dodgers if they're good players?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you don't want Mookie Betts on your team? What if Ohtani? All of a sudden, Andrew Friedman gets fired, or the Giants do what I suggest and give him part ownership of the franchise and pull him away. And now Ohtani's free to become a free agent, and he comes to the Giants. You don't want Ohtani because he played for the Dodgers? I mean, sometimes you just got to realize that the Dodgers are, they're the Giants' enemy, but they're not the Giants. They're not baseball enemies like they are fans' enemies.
Right.
I mean, the players could care less. Okay. Jock Peterson grew up a Giants fan, played in LA, came to the Giants. You think these guys, I mean, it's not like it was back in the 80s,
Back in the
60s,
back.
70s. I mean, Will Clark's still carrying it, it's fun. But, I mean, come on. Let me see. Advanced batting. What do we want to know?
I'll tell you what it is. I think Vino's just pissed off, just like everyone else, and he's just taking out his frustrations on Bellinger. Maybe, I don't know. But
all right, here's his advanced batting. Okay, what are we? Hard hit percentage. Last year it's pretty far down from 19. It was 49%. Last year it's down to 31%. So it is declining. And that is a point to be concerned with, but so's his strikeouts and his average is going up. So what he's done is he's sacrificed, just taken a huge
monster swing and just get the bat on the ball.
Yeah, he's getting on the bat on the ball, which is kind of like Tony Gwynn did a lot of that,
And if you look at that in 21, he had almost a 27% strikeout rate, and he was horrible. But look, he's down to a 15, almost 16% strikeout rate, and the guy hit 27 home runs. Yeah,
I mean, 19 was a incredible year where he hit 47 homers, MVP. I don't know. I mean, I look at it this way, guys. He's a lot better than anything you got right now.
True.
That's where I'm getting at. That was the point of my tweet tonight, is just make your team better. If you're not going to make it better, then just play the young guys. Because you know what? The guys you got that are your starters are not starters for hardly anybody else.
Correct.
That's competing. So, and with that, we bring in, when he finishes his big yawn in the green room, and he's chuckling, Big Rob, right?
Hey, Bora's out there in the chat, Dan.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Bora. There he is.
What's up, Rob?
Bora, come on
So-
in, man. I needed you to carry us tonight. I'm tired.
Dan's tired. Has made me yawn.
No. Okay, here's the thing. It's not tired physically. It's tired of the Giants. I think
Yeah, I'm
that's where
tired
we're
of
going.
talking about the Giants. I really am.
Shit. I'm tired about talking about the Bulls sucking too, but I deal with it.
I'm gonna send the link out to Bora.
He said email the link. All right, cool. Bora will be coming on.
All right.
Good deal.
Nice.
We'll bring in Bora. And yeah, all right. So what's on your mind tonight, Rob?
Real quick before, hey, we hit 1,400. Just want to say thanks to the chat. Appreciate guys' support.
All right, thank you, everybody.
All right, go for it, Rob.
Okay, I was just trying to let you finish. Nah, I don't see Farhan doing anything, but sitting on his hands.
Okay, what would you do? Here we go. We'll use the same standard as a phone call. What would you do as far as moves is concerned?
Sign Cody Bellinger.
Okay.
Trade for Rosarena. Trade for Luis Roberts.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get them.
How are you going to get all those guys, Roberts and Rosarena?
Might have to trade all your good prospects just to do it.
I don't think.
Is that too much to trade for?
Yep, it is.
Mm.
Supposedly,
you
from what I heard, is Atlanta Braves were willing to get up their top 3 draft or their top 3 prospects.
Top 3, no, I heard that.
To get Dylan Cease.
But was that confirmed?
White Sox. I don't know, but it didn't happen, so I don't know. But supposedly, White Sox wanted a 4th for Dylan Cease.
Dylan Cease ain't that nice.
That's not Luis Robert. Who knows? I think they're going to build around Luis Robert.
I don't know. The White Sox are just. I mean, they got Andrew Vaughn too, but who knows?
I mean, they got something. Why would they trade? They would ask for and then he ain't gonna have nothing left to get a Rosarena. And I don't think you got to remember, Rosarena. He's under contract for a long time. The guys who are under contract for a long time, they cost.
I mean, what do you think would get? What would it take to get both of them? It shouldn't take more.
We don't have enough. Honestly, we don't. Think about it. How many people do we have in the top 100 that those are the guys that they're going to want?
Just the 2.
3. Well, it depends on who you look at, between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
So you're going to take 2 or 3 just to get one of them, and probably a Rosarena. That's not even counting Luis.
That's true.
That's the problem. And this is the position that the Giants are in.
I mean, if you trade for a Luis Roberts and then get Cody Bellinger, you'd be okay in the outfield then. Just getting them. And no Matt Chapman. Definitely no Matt Chapman.
Well, that's coming. I'm telling you. Well, let's think about it. One thing that we could all agree on, Alex Pavlovich has kind of hit it. He said before the whole Imanaga thing started, what did he say? He tweeted out before the Imanaga fiasco, the Giants were not looking to add to the top of the rotation anymore. That they had their guy in Robbie Ray, right? That's what was said by Alex Pavlovich. That came true. The Giants were not in on Imanaga, even though supposedly that he was. Whatever. Now he's saying today that the Giants are looking to add an infielder and a starting pitcher. Nothing with the outfield. And I didn't hear any plural. It wasn't infielders or pitchers. It was a starting pitcher and an infielder. And it's going to be Matt Chapman, and it's probably going to be Stroman. That's probably what it's going to be.
Gosh,
we bring in Stroman wouldn't be that bad.
I do not want
that. I don't want Stroman.
Why?
Well, what are you going to give? What are you going to give Stroman? He's what, 34, 35? What do you get? How many years?
He's 33.
33.
What are you going to give him?
3 years.
Give him some money.
Yeah, no. How many years?
Just a 3-year deal for like $60 million.
Yeah, you think he's going to take 3 for 60? You think?
He backed out of a $25 million deal, right. But you know what? He only had 1 more year on it.
True.
Yeah.
So what he's looking for is for a longer term deal, and he might have to take a little less. He might
for 80, or I don't know. I'm just thinking of things.
And here's another thing.
360.
And I'm going to go to what Bora said the other night. What is the most fragile thing that's happening within the Giants organization as a team? Is their culture in the clubhouse.
Well, they're a laughing stock.
No. It's going to be the culture that was talked about.
Yes.
From what I've heard, Stroman isn't exactly a good clubhouse guy. Do you want to add to more of that type of drama in the clubhouse by signing Stroman?
Yeah, but who said this about
it? Oh, there's been reports about it.
Hey, why don't we just sign Stroman Urias and
Bauer.
And Puig, and just freaking just like have a
How about
I've always liked
yeah.
Puig, though.
Could you imagine? Puig though he's Ned Colletti. He's the one that signed him to the Dodger contract.
He signed
But
he signed Julio too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But he talks about the struggles he had in trying to get Puig to, he was nicknamed the Wild Horse by Vince Scully, and there's a reason why. Don't get me wrong. Could Puig absolutely tear it? He probably could. But again, you got to weigh the pros and cons because of the situation within the Giants. Now, don't get me wrong. You got Melvin, which is going to be a different type of culture, but still, you don't want to do anything that's going to risk.
All right. You know what? We're turning over a new leaf. We are everybody born before 1985. When were you born, Robert?
83.
All right. Everybody born before 85 can no longer make decisions in this chat. If you were born in the year 2004,
So
you are now president of baseball ops.
I'm scared.
And we're turning it over to Bora. And wait a minute, is Faith in here?
Oh boy.
Hold on, I smell something.
Hey Bora, check that out what Bub said. I like what he's saying there.
Is that you, Buster? Are you dropping bombs too?
That's a great point.
Yeah, that is a great point. Yeah.
What's he got here? Eric?
Farhan has been signing guys because they are from the Bay Area, but he just sent Haniger, who is a Bay Area guy, packing.
Yeah. All right, Eric. I mean, Bora, it's your team. Make it happen. What do you got for the San Francisco Giants moving forward? I laid out a plan on Twitter tonight. Not really a plan, but just more of an indictment against Farhan. And I never have done that. I've never come down on Farhan ever.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let me get this out of the way first. You're not going to get Luis Robert. It's just not going to happen. In order to get Luis Robert, you're going to have to give up
everybody.
At least. I mean, it's going to take a lot. It's going to take at least your top 5 prospects, maybe even more. It's going to take Harrison. It's going to take Luciano. It's going to take Matos. It's going to take Eldridge. It's probably going to take Schmidt. It might even have to take Webb. I mean, it's going to take a lot because Luis Robert is their star. When healthy, he is a top 10 player in baseball. He is so good, and he hasn't gotten paid yet, which means you're going to have to pay him. And I think he has a couple years left on arbitration. It's just not realistic. A Rosarena, on the other hand, that's a little more realistic. I would like a Rosarena because he does have a little more arbitration years left on his deal.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could sign him to an extension. He is a really good player. He was an all-star last year. He is sort of like a frisky type player. He has speed. He's a good defender. He has good culture. What I would do, I would sign Hoskins to like a 1-year opt out after the first year. 2-year deal opt out after the first year. Classics Farhan special. I would also sign Bellinger to like a 5-year deal. I'm not going anything over 5 years.
I'd go up to 7 on Bellinger.
I mean, I'd maybe go 6, but I mean, I really don't. I mean, the guy in the chat earlier who was just hating on Bellinger, he does bring up a decent point with the advanced statistics. It's like his advanced statistics aren't great for power numbers, but I mean, he's not going to hit as like a lot of home runs at Oracle anyway. It's just not going to happen. Left-handers don't hit a lot of home runs. But the Giants need, if Bellinger can replicate the season he had last year or even come close to it, that's I mean, it's great. It's a great deal because I mean, the Giants need someone who hits for contact, who has speed, who's a great defender and hits for average. They're missing that guy right now, and he fills that need right now. And even if you sign Bellinger and he doesn't live up to his contract, the one thing that is guaranteed is his defense. His defense is great. It always has been great, and it always will be great. Wherever you put him, really. First base, left field, right field, center field. He's a really good defender, and he's always going to be a really good defender. I'm going to sign Snell to like a 5-year deal. You need some name value. You can't just build everything around these no-name guys who don't get any national media attention, because you know what brings in money? Attention and media attention and people going to the games. And you're not going to get that with fielding like no-name guys on the field. You really need some name guys to help boost your team. I would also sign Montgomery if possible, just to boost that rotation. Because I think if you have a
too much
strong
money,
rotation,
I think you don't have enough money to do both Snell, Montgomery. Because
okay, then just Snell and Bellinger. Forget Montgomery, but I really think you need to boost that pitching staff, because I think if you have a good pitching rotation, and you can sneak into the playoffs, anything can happen, really. Because you're really going to be pitching 3 or 4 guys, that are going to be your main guys, and if you can have those 3 or 4 spots solidified, I really think you can surprise some people, not having the best team.
all right, Bora. What the question is? What about Matt Chapman?
I don't like Matt Chapman at all. If they're gonna sign Matt Chapman,
Right.
it's
Good
like
answer.
a 2-year deal.
My finger was right on the trigger.
Ready to get rid of
Oh,
you.
you did it.
Dan, you know my stance on this. Dan. But it like a 2-year deal maximum. He's what, like 32?
31-ish, but
31, 32. He hasn't had a good offensive season in forever. In 5 years. He's on the decline. Just go out with Casey Schmidt. Let him mold into a good position. In a few years, he could be a Matt Chapman type.
right.
Exactly. I don't see the rush with Casey Schmidt with getting a good third baseman right away. Have some patience. You're not going to win the World Series right now. It's not going to happen. You're going to have to rely on some of these younger guys to help carry you. If you don't allow any of these guys to develop into anything, then you're just not going to be successful ever. You need to have some farm talent develop into good players.
Mhm.
And Casey Schmidt is able and has the talent and has the tools and has the tangibles to be able to develop into an all-star caliber player. He's a great defender already. The only thing really that he needs to work on is his offense. I think him getting a little glimpse of the major league last year will help him. He's not going to try super hard to like work on everything just to get to the major leagues. He knows the type of player he is. I think he's an MLB caliber player right now. He might not be a starter at this moment, but I think he's deservedly on the team right now. And I think him just working on his offense in the offseason is really going to help him. And I think he can really become a great player on this team. Those are the main guys. I would try to trade away Conforto and Slater and Yaz if you can get anything. Yaz he's a pretty good player when healthy. The only problem is he's not healthy very often. He misses time, and it's hard to keep Yaz when you have these young guys like Matos, Fitzgerald, Meckler. If Luciano
Ramos,
moves,
we don't even know about Ramos.
Exactly, and if Luciano moves to the outfield,
plus the other guy that Will Clark's really high on is Von Brown.
Von Brown is going to be coming up soon. He's a little older.
Von Brown's like 25, but he is a guy that's got tools.
He has a lot of tools, and the problem with Yaz is he's a pretty good player when healthy. I think we can all agree on that. But when he gets injured, and let's say Matos goes in for him, and then Matos plays well, they're gonna go back to Yaz. That's just the way it is. They're gonna go back to the vets.
And Yaz is the guy that
blocking.
The problem with this team, Bora, is Yaz is a guy that would, he'd probably do really well with a team like Atlanta, Houston, LA, if he's batting 7th, 8th, and there's no pressure on him.
No pressure.
The Giants expect him to carry the team. Actually,
He's your 3, 4, 5 hitter.
Yeah, and it's that's the problem. The Giants have a bunch of those guys that they mix and match. And last year they tried Patrick Bailey in the 4th hole in the cleanup.
Yeah.
I mean, Patrick Bailey in the cleanup. Come on. Just because he got – I mean, I don't know what their 3 and 4 hitters last year. I can't even remember. Who was their 3 hitter half the time?
J.D. Davis mostly, right?
It's J.D. Davis. Oh
J.D. Davis and Bailey in the 4 hole, or Flores, or
Flores, yep.
Or they'd mix.
It was probably Schmidt for a while, just because
they just couldn't. I mean, go get Jorge Soler as your DH.
I like Soler. I really like Soler because he's not going to be too expensive, and he's a power bat. No matter where he goes, he's a power bat.
Yeah,
I don't like JD Martinez at all because he's pretty old. He had a resurgent season last year, but I also think we have to factor in the Dodgers.
Yes, he was batting 6th mostly with the Dodgers, and there was tons of guys on base. And
exactly. I mean, the Dodgers have a history of sort of resurging these older guys. JD Martinez last year. Who's the Jason Hayward as well?
AJ Pollock a few years ago. Yeah.
JD Davis also had a lot of protection in the lineup in LA.
Yeah.
So he was seeing some good pitches.
JD Martinez.
Or JD Martinez.
Yeah, we just mentioned that. Yeah, he batted 6th, and there was
Here he would bat 3rd. He would be your everyday DH.
And there'd be a lot of pressure, and they would pitch to him. He's not going to get pitched around.
Exactly.
Yeah. Soler and Bellinger. If you had Bellinger in the 3 hole and Soler behind him, Bellinger's going to get better pitches to hit. You're not going to want to walk Bellinger and bring up a guy that can drive in runs and hit a 2-run homer or a 3-run homer in Soler. I mean, this isn't rocket science. I mean, the Giants have how many scientists?
In order for this plan to work, you have to sign a bunch of guys. You can't sign one guy. Right?
And who's the head scientist?
Yeah. The
Dum-dum.
Put the man. There he is.
Who's the head scientist?
Hey, wait a minute. Let me see if I got my.
Who's the head scientist?
Oh, jeez. Dan's going to be far gone.
No, I'm not going to go into Farhan. I'm going to get my red pin here and put a little mark on his forehead.
Jeez.
Didn't you see that one last week?
Yeah, that big scuff mark on his forehead.
He was right up in the camera like this.
I saw that.
Had his bald head, and then there's this big red mark.
Like someone beat him.
Yeah, it's maybe more Katniss scratched him. The cat, right?
I'm done.
Oops, there went the light. All right. Here we go.
I thought Dan was going to bed.
Yeah. He got a little second wind in him.
Right.
And I don't like Stroman. I don't like
Stroman either.
He's had his clubhouse troubles. Yes. That's been logged. And then also if you look at
every team he's gone to has been bad with his attitude?
Not necessarily bad, but I think and I talked about it a couple days ago. This clubhouse right now is pretty fragile. It's pretty fragile just because of Gabe Kapler, and they haven't really solidified anybody on that team.
Did you watch the Sharks game tonight? They're fragile, 7-1 beating.
I just don't know if you can bring in a guy like Stroman to really demand authority or demand something when you don't really have anything.
Is he going to galvanize the clubhouse?
Yeah, but I feel like Bob Melvin can handle that. He's old school.
He can. He probably could. But then here's my second point. If you look at Stroman's totals as a whole from last year, it's not that bad. But if you look at his second half stats, it was absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, I read today he was a rib injury or something.
He was, and if my memory serves me, he's dealt with a lot of injuries in the past. I mean, he's not a big guy. He's 5'8".
That's a Farhan guy. He likes injuries.
He does.
Gosh darn, my light is all messed up. What the heck?
Cody Bellinger could have torn both ACLs and he'd be on the Giants right now.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
Whoa. Thought the light was going to fall down there. Ooh, my hand's orange. Jeez.
I mean, in the past year, he hasn't cracked 140 innings. I just don't think that's a guy you need. You need a guy who
No,
gives you
exactly. It's not. It's not
No.
at all. No.
So where did the Giants go?
They're gonna. I mean, they're gonna. I think it's gonna. If they don't get Montgomery, Stroman, Snell, they just missed out on Imagna. How do you,
Imanaga?
Imanaga. That contract's gonna be super interesting to look at because I think there's a lot of like deferrals and opt outs and everything in that.
I don't think that hurts Snell's chances, though. Snell's in his own category.
No, I'm not saying it does. I'm just saying like Snell. I mean, Snell's for surely in his own category. I mean, he just won the Cy Young, but I think
Snell's
if the
probably going to
Giants
get at least 7 years, $200 million.
Yeah, if the Giants don't sign any of these guys, it's gonna go back to the 2-year deal, opt out after 1 year to one of the mid pitchers who just can give you innings in theory. But I mean, it's just it's just gonna go back to what he always does.
And you know what? It may come to, and Dan may look really good in this. Trevor Bauer. I seen a lot of people in the chat talking about why not just go get Bauer. Screw it, go get Bauer.
Farhan won't do that.
I've been wanting Bauer, but just
I would think.
There's
I think
also the issue of the clubhouse. There is an issue.
Farhan's gonna go with the safe guy.
He's gonna
he's gonna
Bauer's
go.
in the
I don't
safe
think
guy.
Bauer's an issue in the clubhouse. He's a veteran.
No.
Melvin's there. You got other veterans. He's not going to be some crazy, because he's not going to last. There's going to be wherever he signs, the teams are going to have built-in stipulations in the contract based on behavior.
But did you see what Jim Bound said though? He said no MLB team will touch him.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, that's what he said.
What do you guys think of Jim Bowden as a possible GM, head of baseball ops guy? I heard him talk about Sean Manaea signing, and what I liked about him is he's very frank and direct about what's going to happen. Manaea is not going to do well. He's going to get booed. It's not. New York's not the place for him. And he talks about other players. What are the Mets doing? I mean, anybody that talks like that has a strong opinion, about how a club should be run. I don't know. I mean, Bowden never won anything, right? He was with Cincinnati.
I think so.
He never won got to the World Series, nothing like that.
No.
I mean, who are guys out there that have done it? Well, Brian Sabian's out there. I don't know if he'd want it. Ned Colletti's out there. He took his team to the NLCS a couple times.
Yep.
You've got Dombrowski, who's been to a World Series. He won it with Boston, didn't he? Wasn't Dombrowski with Boston?
No, that was Theo Epstein.
No, I thought Dombrowski did it in 2017.
Maybe.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
18.
I think you're correct.
So you got go after a guy that's actually done something in the game. I mean, what has Farhan accomplished as a head of a baseball organization? He wasn't in charge at the Dodgers. That was a joke. They built him up like he was the Antichrist. Guy that was the cutting edge of baseball. This guy has redefined the game, and he's on the cutting edge, and we're getting a guy who built the Dodgers into what they are. He was under
Friedman.
Andrew Friedman.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You think Farhan was pulling all the triggers without Friedman? No one was going. No way.
No.
You think Pete Petulia can make moves above Farhan? No. And that's what Farhan was. And Farhan, when he came from the A's to the Dodgers, was just a scientist. Think about it. He was a scientist. and he got promoted to a GM from a scientist.
I think. I mean, Dan, your question is like,
Oh.
what other GM would be able to thrive in San Francisco? I don't think any GM would be able to thrive in San Francisco with this ownership.
Well, with the ownership group,
I
right.
really don't think. I mean, obviously, the fall guy right now is Farhan because he says so much and he does so little. But I really think that ownership is behind everything. I think the ownership isn't allowing Farhan to spend the money that he wants to. Because I mean, we heard it in the press conference. Greg Johnson, he was like, "We just want to break even." I think that's really their philosophy.
Yeah, but Johnson
let it
also
slip.
said that he was willing to spend money on the right players, though.
Eric,
Who are the right players, though? That's
Eric, can
the
you
thing.
put a poll in
that's
there while we got
their little
all right.
algorithm that they're saying like, oh, this guy's right, this guy's not right. It's like at the end of the day, if you want people to come here and if you want to attract stars and if you want fans to show up to the game, you just got to sign somebody with a name. That's what you got to do.
We're going to do a quick poll here. Eric.
Yep.
How many games will you pay for to see the Giants in 24? Okay. The choices, you get 4 choices, right?
Hold on 1 second. Let me get this typed up. All right. So what's the question now?
How many games will you pay? I don't want free tickets. How many games will you pay to go see the Giants play in 24? And there's
how many games will you pay
for to go? How many games will you pay to go see? Okay, the choices are 0.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
1.
Okay.
2 or more, or 5 or more. 5 plus.
Let's go 2 to 5 and then 5 plus.
Oh yeah, go 0.
How about 0, 1, 5, and then 5 plus?
How about that? 0, 1, 2 to 5, and 5 plus.
And 5 plus. Got it. Let's see what we got here. How many games will you pay to go see? How many Giants games? How about that?
I'd do 0. I'd rather watch them on TV.
I'm not paying. I paid $14,000 a couple years in a row.
I'd rather watch the Dots on game day. Here we go.
So I'd go to a couple games with my friends. Just to hang out though, not to watch the on-field product really.
It's out there.
The tickets better be free if I'm going.
That's why I put pay, because I would go if tickets were given to me.
Yeah. I definitely need to go spring training though.
Already got 33 votes. Great. Already got 33. Let's get some more. We got 175 in the chat. Come on, let's get up to at least 60, right?
Let's get up to 100. Come on.
Oh, whew, whew.
I can't vote unless I leave the chat.
That's easy.
I knew I shouldn't have said anything. That's on me.
44 votes. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Hustle. Get down the line. Go. Run it out. Come out. Let's go.
That made me chuckle there. I needed that.
46.
Dan just kicked.
Oh man. Hey, come on. Why does everything go into opening up? I don't want YouTube on.
Come on. Let's go. 48. Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
Oh, Dan, you saw Bob Myers getting hired, right? What do you think of that?
I think that it's a move that Bob is stepping up. I think he's probably not making he's not going to go back and be an agent. He's done that, right?
Mm-hmm.
He could go be a GM for any basketball organization. He's done that. This is like a new stepping stone financially. This is how you become one day maybe become a billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably going to maybe get part ownership into it at some point. or he's tied in with Magic Johnson, who's part owner, I believe, of Washington, or he's something there with Washington.
Yeah, Magic's part owner.
Yeah, so you get in with Magic. Maybe you get a piece of the Lakers at some point, or the Dodgers. This is all about stepping up into the world of ownership.
Is Adam Peters' job in jeopardy, or do you think
in jeopardy, or you mean
do you think he's gonna
I think they would love to have Adam Peters, and I saw Larry put out the 49ers should pay him whatever it takes and pay him extra. There's no cap limit on that. Pay him a ton of money and get him in line to take over when Lynch steps down, because he's your talent evaluator.
Well, I mean, they promoted Lynch to president of football ops right now. So I mean,
they could make him GM.
They could just make him GM right now.
Right.
I mean, he is from the Bay Area, I think, and he's stated that he loves the Bay Area. So
sitting at 59 votes. Come on, let's go. Come on.
I could see. I think he's going to stay. I think he's just going to take that. I think the Niners are going to offer him a GM job, and he's just going to take that. So, I mean, why would you really want to go to the Commanders? I mean, they're sort of a dumpster fire organization. Their stadium,
but they got rid of Snyder, and now the new owner.
They did, yeah.
Yeah. It's an interesting situation. I wonder if they're going to go after Jim Harbaugh heavy.
I heard the Raiders want him bad.
I don't think he's going to go to the Raiders. I can't see that.
If I'm the Raiders, I just signed that Antonio Pierce to a 1-year deal.
Yeah, you know what? Exactly. Yeah.
He. You know what? You want the job bad enough. We're not going to give you a long-term contract because we've made mistakes in that way, and you're inexperienced. You're not going to get hired anywhere else. We'll give you a 1-year deal, and if you make the playoffs, it automatically converts into a 3-year deal. Something like that. Mm-hmm. Or if you win at least 9 games, you get a second year. And then in the second year, do something creative, but don't give the guy a 5-year. These guys the Raiders are paying coaches.
They gave McDaniels.
Are they still paying Gruden?
They're still paying Gruden, and they're still paying McDaniels.
You know what? I think Pierce would take a 1 year. He may say, I'm not. And then you say, okay, well, then we're going to go with somebody else. But you have a chance to the guy did a great job.
Yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm. And you made the mistake of letting, what was that guy, Rich Bisaccia go last time, and you hired McDaniels, who's just horrible. I mean, just let this guy play. Let it play out.
Yeah, he had the team behind him,
that's the main thing, right? If you're a leader of men and you have the team rallying behind you, then just stick with
the defense. I mean, that defense was lights out for several games. Robert Rothberg, so much for a sec. Yeah, Harbaugh going to the Bears would be an ideal place.
I heard a report that they weren't going to get off of Eberflus. So,
if Harbaugh was interested, they'd probably fire him.
Yeah.
I mean, Harbaugh would be perfect. You got
for the Bears.
You got a team that's getting better. You've got the number 1 pick in the draft. You can go with, the USC quarterback if you want. You could stick with Justin Fields and
I would stick with Fields and draft Marvin Harrison Jr.
That would be pretty good. But is Fields the guy that can get it to him? Well, they're both Ohio State guys, right?
And does Harbaugh
one's USC?
No.
Caleb Williams USC.
I've got Harrison.
Oh yeah, Harrison is Ohio State.
Fields,
sorry,
and Fields. Yeah.
I think Caleb Williams is going to be a bust. I don't think he's good.
I think so too.
I think he looks like a Bryce Young in him.
He's super. He plays.
Thank you, Warren. I'm glad you agreed.
He plays out of structure.
He's terrible.
He can't. I don't see him playing in structure a lot. He's going to have to play out of structure. And
you go to your mom and cry because you lost a game. Who does that?
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to see a $100 million quarterback go cry to his mommy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm not trying to make fun of him, but who does that?
Dan, what do you think of Penix?
I love his arm. I think
Probably a third round pick.
I think he's still a late first.
Late first. Still, they said they dropped out of the first round after that loss.
Because of Monday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when it gets to closer, these quarterbacks always rise.
Yeah.
They always rise, and it's too hard to who passing up.
You know what?
If he's around in the second, third round, and I'm the Niners, I'd take him.
Yeah.
I would
100%.
take him and let him sit under Purdy and let him develop, and then
Trade him.
And Penix, man, he could throw a 70-yard ball in the air on a dime. This guy's
I could see Penix going to the Steelers because they
are they going to really get away from Kenny Pickett and just say he's bad?
I think so because Kenny Pickett is horrible.
Penix,
he doesn't have the best offensive line though.
He doesn't, but I mean, he hasn't. You have to show something, and he just hasn't shown anything.
I feel like you got to give Kenny Pickett another chance, maybe somewhere else.
Let's go. We need 32 more votes, guys. 32 more votes.
Let's go. Come on, 32 votes. We got 68 votes. Let's go. Go, 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 go. Come on. Come on.
Niners better win the Super Bowl this year.
Hold on, Eric. You're gonna need some counseling again. Let me settle you down a little bit.
He's getting excited.
Here we go. I know what to get. Here we go. Come on.
Eric's gonna run those guys down from 160 to about 130 with that siren.
Right. Sounds like a tornado warning.
My goodness, yeah. Eric. You're running everybody scared now. I'm gonna have to
you see that tornado Eric, that went through Florida?
Counseling time, Eric. Settle down. Grandpa.
What?
That was an old Steve Martin. Did you ever hear Steve Martin? He'd say, I had his album in high school. He was like, he did this and he goes, Grandpa bought a rubber.
Is that Steve Martin, the actor, or
I don't? Steve Martin?
Okay,
he's a hell of a banjo player. Banjo player. He's won a damn Grammy for his work.
Steve Martin doesn't really make movies anymore, does he?
No.
Really.
That is true about Penix. He has had a ton of injury issues when he was at Indiana.
Had 2 ACLs, I think, right?
I think so.
I think he's had 2 ACLs, and I mean he was injured last night or 2 nights ago.
I would still take a chance if he's there in the 3rd or 4th round. Shoot.
It will. I would too. But I mean, I think in order for Penix
I think he's
really
still. I'm gonna predict he goes in the late first, early second.
I think he needs a good offensive line.
What's the Niners pick right now?
29th, 30th,
31st, right?
Something like that. Yeah, toward the end.
It's only 31st if they make it to the NFC Championship game, right?
31st if they lose in the Super Bowl, I think.
Yeah, 32nd if they win it. It'll be 30.
This is the best team they've had in a long time to win it. They need to win it.
Yeah, I loved what Dre Greenlaw or Fred Warner said today.
Missed it.
What did he say?
In a nutshell, because I don't have the quote in front of me, I could find it. He said, "We played all year to get to this point, and we've been focused on, really from the goal to win it all in the beginning, and we're right there. We're 2 games away, 3 games away. There's no reason not to lay it all out on the line for every play." And he basically said, "We will not be denied." I think that's the mentality. I mean, this is
I like it.
That fell short And I think they're going to. I think whoever they play in week 1 is going to get blitzed in the division play. I don't care if it's the Rams. They're going.
Who do you think they're going to play?
I am hoping it's Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tampa Bay blows out the Eagles.
Or
I could see that.
Sunday night or Sunday, it would be awesome to see the Packers beat the Cowboys. If that happens, you're playing the Packers, guaranteed.
And you'll beat the Packers because they'll be a blowout by 40.
They'll beat the Packers.
The Packers are interesting though, because I mean their team is super young, and I think Jordan Love is really good. He's coming on strong. His second half of the season.
I just think the Niners will suffocate them.
I think so too, but I think they're not as easy as everyone's saying. Like I don't think Dallas is going to completely blow them out. I think Dallas is going to win, but I can see a scenario where the Packers sort of tough it out and grit it out, and then like win within a field goal or something.
I feel like Dallas will choke.
I hope so. It feels a little different like this year for them, but they always do. But here's the ultimate path. If you wanted the path that would be the smoothest would be the Packers beating the Cowboys, the Rams beating Detroit, and then Tampa winning against Philly. And then in the division round, the Niners play the Packers, and then Tampa hosts the Rams and beats the Rams. The Niners get Tampa.
I feel like Tampa Bay would be a problem because Mike Evans is just nasty.
Tampa's not going to be a problem.
I don't fear Tampa at all.
I only fear Mike Evans and Chris Godwin.
They can just
they can.
Those are really the only guys they have. I mean, Rashad White's okay. I don't think
Rashad White's okay for fantasy football.
Yeah.
He's not that good.
Yeah, definitely.
He's not a sustaining running back. He can't.
He's not a 3-down back.
Yeah.
Do you think the Browns will win this weekend, or do you think Joe Flacco will turn into the pumpkin?
Will Martinez says, "Be careful what you wish for." He's the same guy that said I was going to have to go through the wills, and that one of the wills would knock me off. I stand here
as the champion.
Speaking of which, Bora, we're doing fantasy baseball. Are you in or out?
Look at
let me
listen to Eric. Listen to Eric. Are you in or out? Make up your mind.
Come on, are you in?
That takes a lot of dedication.
Yeah, it does. I'm gonna have to sleep on that one.
Me too. I have not committed.
I feel like Dan should stay away from that.
Don't be scared.
What's the buy-in?
50.
Yeah, I'll think about that.
All right, cool.
I don't. When are the games? Let me look at the games. There's Sunday is the NFC, the Rams at Detroit, and then the Dallas.
What's the Monday night game?
Philly,
Eagles and Buccaneers.
Okay, yeah. And then Saturday is
AFC.
Browns, Texans, and then Chiefs, Dolphins, right?
Right. Chiefs, Dolphins. Yeah. Guys, if you're going to watch that game, you're going to have
to be 0 degrees.
You're going to have to watch it on Peacock. You're going to have to pay $5.99 to watch it.
I already pay the $10.99 for the no ads.
Oh, you do the no ads? I do the $5.99 and then cancel it.
Exactly.
I like there's some shows that I like on Peacock that I can't watch on TV.
Will B is having fantasy withdrawals.
He is.
Right.
He is.
He's
I feel like if Dan did fantasy, he'd just win the fantasy baseball. As long as you don't trade with him, he'd win.
Hey, Robert,
trade with me.
Shut your mouth.
Ooh, listen to that.
Eric, you don't want me to do fantasy because I'll take you to the cleaners.
Ooh, now we're talking.
Okay.
I know my baseball.
Let's go.
Yeah, you can take. Eric,
Let's
you
go.
can take Eric to the cleaners just in about anything when it comes to fantasy
Dan?
sports. I took you to the cleaners.
Dan?
I took you to the cleaners.
Dan?
I took you to the cleaners. In a couple ways. First of all, I heisted you on a first trade made in the league.
Jeez.
What was the trade, anyways?
It actually got turned down by.
I know it did. Jimmy Garoppolo. It's a good thing you probably didn't. You would have got rid of him.
Oh, I had plans.
That's how Dan won. Made so many trades.
Dan washed your skin.
Robert,
Mark.
you on the list? You on the list, Robert? Huh?
I gotta sleep on it, bro. That's a lot.
Don't be sitting here saying you're taking me to cleaners and then say you got to sleep on it. No jive.
I gotta talk. I gotta talk to somebody.
Let's
do
see.
it.
Eric
Gotcha,
Senior,
gotcha.
Wilby's friend. I don't know. Cliff Martinez, Carlo P, Aaron L.
Yeah, but
Okay,
hold on. If I was gonna do it, where would I send the money?
I got Senior and Wilby.
We'll figure that one out here in a bit.
And
Okay.
It's gonna be a while before we could even.
Senior
we're-
being at the top of the list. I got Eric 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got Eric in 8th place on Farhan. I got Eric. He's gonna be like Farhan. He will be like too nervous to make any moves. He'll be paying $73 for Jake Browning.
Come on,
$73 for Jake Browning.
Dan needs to be spending like $1,000 on trades, man. Come on.
70. Hey, I didn't even use my fab in our league. I didn't even finish up with the fab. I had enough fab to mess with Will B all week. I just toyed with Will B the last week. I'd pick up a
Is Los
guy
gonna play or no?
for $1.
I think Los would school everybody here. Didn't he win his league?
Yeah, he would school.
Yeah, but it's been a while for him.
He said he doesn't want to play. So
Oh.
Where is Will Martinez? I schooled him all week long. He had no fab, 0. I'd pick up a guy for $1 just to block the guy so Will couldn't pick him up. Then I'd drop him so nobody could he couldn't pick him up later. I'd pick up another guy for $1. I had Will B and scrambling, calling his family members up, saying he needed counseling. He was so distraught. He didn't know what he was going to do.
Eric will need canceling if I beat him in this fantasy.
come on now. Come on now.
But the thing with fantasy, it doesn't.
You know what?
go
Put my
until
name
the end of
down,
the year.
Eric.
You're not
Put it
really.
down.
Oh, there we go. All right.
Whose name's in there? Robert,
There we go.
Big Rob. That's Big
Big
Rob,
Rob,
like as
Big
in batting cleanup Rob.
Yes.
So we got 1,
But
2,
Robert
3,
B is
4,
fine.
5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8.
My last name starts with a B, so it's fine.
Did you were you a left-handed hitter or right-handed hitter, Robert?
No, lefty. Pure lefty.
Wait a minute. Was Bora a lefty
You're
too or righty?
Righty.
Bora, you just look like Jung Hoo Lee to me, like
Now, my dad can hit from both sides of the plate. I can't. I don't have that ability.
Will Martinez had to cancel the Cancun resort trip I planned when I lost the Champions game to Dan. Wife almost left me. Yeah, see? Yeah, yeah.
All right, Dan, if I'm joining, you have to join.
I will join when I want to
spots
join.
left.
Yeah.
And if there's no spots left, I'll just knock somebody out. That's how.
Eric, put up Carlo P's chat.
This one. Oh, can we revisit the Dan Bora trade that shook? Oh, that's going to take a special stream, I think. Right?
See, I probably would have won. Like I might have won, and Dan definitely wouldn't have won.
Oh,
Yeah,
Chardonnay
what was that?
in.
What was that trade? I was giving you Taylor. What was?
You're
Oh,
giving me
Bijan?
Taylor,
That's
Rashad
what
White,
back to his fantasy.
Rasheed Rice.
I could pull it up. We could look at it. Better.
Real quick, Chardonnay wants in. This is huge news. Senior, do we allow Chardonnay to play in this fantasy baseball?
And Will B ended up with Bijan. That's right.
Yep.
I think everybody that was I think almost everybody was on my roster at one point or another in this league. Not quite, but I had a lot of guys. I didn't get a lot of the quarterbacks. You know what? And Jefferson didn't even really do it for me. I could have kept Devontae Smith and probably done better.
Roster's getting full. This should be fun.
1, 2, 3, 4.
When
5,
Eric finishes
6,
them last and I'm the champion, we'll be good.
Eric,
come on.
He'll be confusing fantasy football with fantasy
Right.
baseball.
I'll be making big moves while he's still being far on.
He'll be pulling Browning and thinking it's Tom Browning. Tom Browning still pitching?
I never saw Tom Browning pitch though. What era was Tom Browning?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on, Will.
I think he's smack talking you, Will, because you got to him. You're like, come on, are you in or out? In or out? In or out? Make up your mind.
Right? Put that pressure. I was like,
come on, have the guts. Just do it.
I do.
There you go.
Nah, I enjoy these.
Calm down,
Yeah, it's
Eric.
No, this is what it's all
Eric.
about, man.
We're
You
gonna
gotta
start
have
singing. We're gonna sing lullabies to Eric to calm him down. I think
fun. Calm me down.
it's either that or we throw him some Adderall.
Yeah, make sure we're in the same division. Yeah, absolutely.
I love it, Cliff. That's great.
You have divisions in fantasy?
Yeah,
I have
how
no
does this
idea.
work?
I've never played. You know what?
Never played either.
I don't remember dude, it's been like over 10 years since I played. It's been so long. I had to take a break. It was becoming too much.
Right now, with you coming out saying to trade for Luis Robert and Arozarena, that tells me right there's no way in hell you're beating me. No way.
Well, listen to Eric.
It's okay, because I can make the trade happen. I would get rid of everything I had. I don't care.
Still not going to be.
I'm trying to win.
Yeah,
I agree.
Don't take that from Robert. I mean, from Eric Roberts.
I'm not.
And you know what, Robert?
Eric's in fantasy land anyway. I'm being realistic.
Yeah, Robert.
Realistic? Come on.
There's a way to. Okay, I don't think it'll take 8 prospects to get Luis Roberts. I think maybe 4. And then you could trade another 3 for Rosarena.
What
4
prospects? What 4 prospects?
Name the 7 prospects that the Giants have that the Rays would want and Chicago.
Okay. Let's see here. Let me think about it. Okay, with the White Sox, we could trade Matos, Luciano, Harrison, and Wisenhunt. That's 4.
That's not getting it done.
You don't think?
No,
I feel like that is.
It's
You
not.
could,
Because he said they wanted 4 top prospects, right? For Roberts before, that's 4.
Here, the thing is
the Atlanta. Think about this. Atlanta's top.
But Atlanta's prospects aren't any good.
You got a point because they're all up.
But I mean, we view our prospects as pretty good. But how do the White Sox view our prospects,
right.
and how does
I
the
don't
rest
know.
of the Major League Baseball?
You never know. The White Sox might take Lester. Who knows?
Let's go with that. Say the 4 gets it done. Now, where are you going to trade to get a Rosarena?
Okay,
Yeah,
you could trade
exactly.
Eldridge.
That's what I'm
Hold on. You could trade Eldridge, Crawford. Who's that other kid? Arias? That's supposed to be pretty good.
Rainer
You
Arias.
could trade him and that other guy with that.
Oh, I think Tampa Bay would do that because they're into guys coming up.
Tampa might do that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say that works. You have no farm system at all.
Now you have no farm system.
And now
So,
let's
at
say
least we'll have proven guys and can sign them.
Luis Robert torn ACL. What do? You have no prospects.
Yeah, but I don't think
have-
about like a guy tearing his ACL in the worst. I don't look at it in the. Anything is possible.
You just have
anything's
to have
possible, but I think you kind of have to think about that too, because
you'll still have Von Brown, you'll still have Wade Meckler, and Tom Fitzgerald. It's not like you're doom and gloom.
Or what's his name? Not Tom. Tyler Fitzgerald.
Tyler Fitzgerald. Sorry.
Yeah.
And what happens if those guys are busts? Like they're like
if they're busts, they're busts. You know, you got to go with what you got. Then.
See, I like the plan if you also supplement those guys with the Bellinger and
I agree.
I mean, I'm not
Blair.
super high on Luciano, so I don't think Luciano would get it done.
Luciano with the bad back, that scares me.
It does
I agree.
scare me, and I think if we know Luciano has a bad back, then the rest of Major League Baseball knows he has a bad back.
Rob
Yeah.
is.
I think it's really. I think it's a realistic. There's a realistic chance that Luciano's a flat out bust. I really do, because I mean his injury history.
we're gonna bring. There we go. I was just gonna get rid of that, Eric. I was just
Alongside
getting
with
rid of that.
him,
You
I don't know if he's going to get the length required.
No one beats me to anything.
For him to be able to play.
Arr!
I don't know.
Got rid of her.
I hate to lose. Can you tell?
Yeah. I feel like I made some really good points there. Like I get where you're coming from, the bar with injuries, but injuries happen. You have to take risks to win in baseball.
You do, but you also have to take
Smart risks too.
you have to take smart risks. You can't just trade everything for one player, and then if that player completely busts, then you're left with nothing.
Yeah, but look at the Dodgers. The Dodgers trade their prospects, and I haven't seen barely any of them turn out when they've gotten traded.
Exactly.
All right,
That's the thing, right? And that's like a
Everybody
lot of the
vote
time
poll. We
prospects don't pan out. That's just
Closing this
the
poll
reality.
out in 2 minutes. We've got 87 votes. There's about 50 who haven't voted that are in the chat right now.
That's pretty good.
Go ahead and vote real quick. It's 10:20. We're going to close it out here in just a few minutes. I want to see if we can get to 100.
Eric, Dan really did get a second win there from being sleepy.
Yeah, he does. He does. That happens.
It happens all the time. Eric,
Oh yeah, I get a second win too. I took a nap earlier and it was great.
Eric gets high pitched and he jolts all my neurons in my head and my brain, and they start firing, and I'm like, I'm in fight or flight mode.
Fight or fight.
I'm like, ah, yeah.
All right, time to have some fun here.
Here, but going back to Luis Robert here thing real quick. This is even if they want to trade him, because I mean he is right now their franchise cornerstone player. We don't even know if they'll trade anything for him. He could be an untouchable, and they could want to build around him.
I mean, they got Andrew Vaughn too, so who knows?
I mean,
what the White Sox want to do?
Are there what recent trades come to mind when we think of like trading the farm for a star player who's relatively young and hasn't gotten his contract yet, who's cheap as well?
That's good, Cliff.
I don't know if any player comes to mind.
Yeah.
I mean, Juan Soto, right? Was that Juan Soto this year? But I mean, he's still. I mean, what did it take to get Juan Soto? What did the Yankees have to give up?
A lot, and so did the Padres.
A lot. And
I think the Padres gave up more.
The Padres to get him, they gave up Abrams.
Like 5, right?
They gave up
James Wood,
Wood,
Robert Hassel III,
Mackenzie
Gore.
Yeah.
There was one other guy, and then somebody didn't want to get traded, and one of the vets, and they had to give up somebody else.
Hosmer didn't want to get traded.
That was Hosmer.
Oh, was it Hosmer?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I mean, those were probably their top 4 prospects. Yeah, and I think those prospects there were better prospects than what the Giants.
How about that, Bora? Before you came on, I was talking about the Giants. Farhan there's 3 Giants in the what the heck? B&R. What the heck? I'm drawing a blank now. Bleacher Report. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Bleacher Report's top 100. 3 Giants: Luciano, Harrison, and Wisenhunt. 2 by Farhan. Luciano was drafted by Bobby Evans International Draft. So Farhan has 2. The Padres trade away like 5 of their top prospects to get Juan Soto, and now they have 7 prospects in the top 100. What does that tell you what's going on with Farhan? Why are the Giants settling for this mediocrity of a guy who can't even do what they said he was
Exactly.
brought in to do.
For all the shit that we give Farhan, and for all the shit that I've said about ownership, right? This is the one thing that Farhan most likely has full control over, who he drafts, and he hasn't done a great job of doing that.
Nope.
I mean, you just said it, Bleacher Report, 3 players in how many years? 6, 7 years?
6 years, 3 players, and only 2 of his.
Exactly. Only 2 of his. I mean, I think Wisenhunt and Harrison are going to be really good. I think Harrison is in play for rookie of the year.
Martinez is right
You know
though.
what? This is what I hate
this
seeing.
year.
Wisenhunt got voted by MLB executives on MLB Pipeline as an underrated top prospect. How about we get someone who's actually a rated top prospect? Why does it have to be an underrated? Oh, yeah, he's an underrated.
Well,
let's go out there and get somebody.
He's ranked 83rd by Bleacher Report.
And he did get the nod for the Futures game last year.
Yeah.
I think Wisenhunt and Harrison. I think
he did better than what Harrison did in the Futures game.
He did, and I think those 2 guys are going to be.
Didn't Wisenhunt have an elbow problem?
No,
he had a sprained elbow. It wasn't
yeah.
Yeah, so
no, I just knew he got hurt from something.
Yeah, they just shut him down. I think he could have pitched if he.
Yeah, they didn't want Tommy John to come trickling through.
No, exactly. But I mean, it does give you some thought. Like elbow sprain, does that relate to Tommy John at all?
Eventually.
Eventually
it could. But I think, especially with his changeup, that pronation.
It's pretty scary because Jacob deGrom for years fought off Tommy John because he had constant flexor strains and all this crap. Remember Mark Melancon when he had that flexor strain? Then he ended up having to. Didn't he end up having to go under the knife after that or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
a lot of young guys, even before they get into college, they'll have Tommy John.
I think it's from the the strain on the elbow with the breaking stuff because the fastball's just.
I think it's also just the emphasis on spin rate right now. That's what it is, right? Everybody wants the spin rate.
They say it's a lot of stress on your arm to go over the top. They say it would be better if guys did sidearm. That'd be less stress.
Interesting. Well, Ross Stripling, he's one guy that comes straight over the top.
Straight over the top. Yep.
It's man. But
and a lot of guys
94 votes, Dan. 94.
All right, we got 2. We'll close it at 10:30 sharp. 10:30 sharp. Right now it is 10:26. We need 6 people to just go push a button. That's it.
Push the damn button. Push it.
Wait a minute. You guys
it was chilly this morning.
Do you guys notice who's a I mean, I want a softer, kinder NorCal Sports Network. Eric is
I love Eric's attitude.
Eric is kind of like I think he's got a.
Hey, you know what? I demand more from our chat.
Eric
our chat is exceptional. We have an exceptional chat, and I expect them to deliver. I have high expectations of the chat.
Eric is I think he's kind of like Biden. I think he needs some Alzheimer's.
Biden, Lord!
He's got some of the anger issues of a man losing his mind.
One of my friends tried to tell me Biden was.
Am I right?
He didn't have my one buddy said Biden didn't have dementia. I'm like, dude, you're an idiot. He does. He can't even. He doesn't even know where the fuck he's going at the time. Pardon my French.
All right. So anyway, we're having a little fun here. Eric and I we play good cop, bad cop sometimes. And
always.
I'm always the good cop though. Eric's always the militant. Exactly, Carlo P.
It's that military background from Eric.
Yeah, he's a military background, man. Him just kicking people all over the place.
Doesn't the Air Force have the easiest training though?
What's that?
Doesn't the Air Force have the easiest training, basic training? What? The Air Force have the easiest basic training.
Asphincter says what?
Oh, this fucking guy.
What? Asphincter
all right,
says
here
what?
we go. All right, we're going to get 100 votes. This is how you do it. You don't just jam people and just tell them who hasn't voted yet. raise your hand in the chat.
Raise your hand. Hey,
Just
you know
put
what?
your name out there. Okay, we're at 97 votes.
Let's go. 3 more votes. That's all it takes.
Come on,
3
boys.
votes.
Hold on.
3.
The 100th vote. Who I vote? I want you to tell me when you. Okay. I don't know how we can do this. The 100th vote, we could give a T-shirt, but 99 votes.
I've been wanting a T-shirt badly.
You look like the XL might not fit you from the Philippines, though, because it's only XL doesn't even fit me.
I need a
what are you
double
doing?
XL
Now
for
you're
sure.
insulting our
But
chat. You're
I've lost
insulting
50
our
pounds
chat.
though.
We're up to 105. Look at that. We just moved it. We still got
So you
1
said
minute.
it's from the Philippines though, so
Yeah,
it runs a
we
little
sure-
small.
They run a little
Okay.
small. Yeah, I got to get some.
Yeah.
You
big-
know who
I'm
just
gonna
voted? Military History Chronicles just voted.
Nice.
You want that shirt, huh?
He's already got his shirt.
Right?
Necron voted. Okay, we got about 15 seconds. 105 votes. Get that vote in. 10, 9, 8, 7. Come on. 6. Pull the trigger. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kill it.
It's done.
How many votes? 105?
105 votes.
That's the best voting I've seen from the chat.
Yes, it has been.
Oh my goodness.
57% zero.
said 0. Only 11% said 5+. 2 to 5 was
It was rigged.
Eric.
I better be getting free tickets to go to these games.
You messed up.
Unless
the
they sign
poll.
Cody Bellinger, then I would definitely go.
Oh no, you got one there.
Come on,
13% one. Okay, just order. Okay, give it the order.
Eric, some insider shit going on.
Wow,
Oh.
57% of the chat will not even go to a ball game.
I'm not going to freeze my butt off. And the team is bad.
Well, yeah, I mean, now we should run the poll another day. We'll run another one if they sign Snell, Bellinger, Soler.
Oh yeah. Yep. There we go.
And if the Giants had
I'll blow all my money
Bellinger-
away. Just to
Bellinger,
go.
Soler, Snell, and Hoskins, how many games would you? Same number of games. How
Yeah.
many would you pay to go see? I bet you
That changes real quick.
it would be. Send that to the Giants.
But we all know Farhan won't do it.
Nope. And Bora is fading. I'm fading. This has been fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna call it a night.
Has been.
And
I'm still beating Eric in fantasy
Oh,
badly.
there's no
Dead
doubt.
last.
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Really do. Eric does know baseball. Get him,
Right.
an NBA fantasy and get him an NFL fantasy.
I beat him too in all of them and hockey.
Oh, you might clean us all up in hockey.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hockey is way tough. Way tough.
Yeah, you would clean us up. You and Sean Proctor.
Oh, he likes hockey.
Oh yeah, he
Cliff,
loves.
I think Cliff likes hockey too. Because he was asking me about the Sharks.
You know what, Robert? Move to your right just a little.
Is that better?
Yeah, there we're centered. I was feeling like.
Sorry, my bad. I'm holding my phone. My arm started fading.
All right, everybody. This is Off Center Dan, and we're
All good. It's all good.
there. We
All
go.
good.
Hey, Eric,
Talk is
follow me
cheap,
on
man.
Twitter,
Talk
bro.
is cheap.
Eric,
Eric, when he joined the,
you gonna follow me on Twitter now?
I don't know. Am I?
I will say this, Eric,
Please?
for fantasy football, I gave him a lot of ribbing. but
Yeah.
he took the consolation prize.
I did. How
He
about
took the-
that?
Yeah, but miracles happen every day when people stop caring.
That's true.
That is true. He's got a point. He's got a point.
Yeah, I don't
When it's
even
not
think
for the
Bora
money,
took- I
I
don't
would have
even
gave
think Bora
up too.
took his lineup at the last game, did you, Bora?
What?
You didn't even look at your lineup in the last week, did you?
No,
You
it
left-
didn't.
I think you
No.
left somebody in there that didn't even play.
I don't think I've checked Yahoo in about a month.
Right.
Well, if I may
Hey,
show
it's not
you.
my fault that other people wanted to quit. Not my fault. I'm only
Yeah, but when you're not
controlling
winning
my
money, you lose motivation too.
Hey, but you know what? Come on, then. Come on, dedication.
I
man.
would have stuck
You gotta
around.
have dedication.
I feel like there should have been a secondary prize maybe for consolation.
We're going to do that next year. We're going to make
Nice.
it the losers bracket. Whoever comes in 7th place is going to get their money back.
Ooh, I
That
like
way
that.
We're going to keep
Break
we're-
even.
Yeah,
I would
we're gonna-
definitely be there for sure. That would definitely motivate.
And I think we're raising it to at least $100.
How much was the baseball this year?
Football, 75.
Football was 75.
Oh, 75. That's not bad. I think it should be like 200. My brother plays in a $200 league.
I think it should be 5,000, but
Shit. Okay, I think that's a little extreme. Oh,
Oh,
I think
man.
it should be 5,000.
I better start working on the corner quick.
12 teams,
There's no way.
60,000. Winner gets like
Holy shit.
50,000 or $40,000.
There's no way me or Bora could do that right now. There's no way. Oh, 5,000.
What do you think? Will Martinez 150? I think 150 would be good. Inflation.
Right?
1,800.
100%.
You get 1,800. You get 1,000 to the winner. Second place, 400. Third place.
Money back, maybe?
No, third place. Let's see. 1,000 and then 400. That's 1,400. Third place, 250. That's 1,650, and then 150 to the consolation, the 7th place winner.
Hmm.
What do you think? 1,000, 400, 250, and then 150 for the 7th place. Four guys get paid.
For your
What's
football
the
league, who holds all the money though?
I held it this year.
Dan held
Okay.
the money.
Hey, by the way,
gonna stand for sure. He's the money. He's the secure money guy.
Will, did you get your money? And Will B, did the two Wills get their money? I sent it the night I was crowned.
I already knew you were gonna win, Dan. I was going for you.
Based on just my roster or what? Or
Yeah,
just,
and they were talking a bunch of crap to you, so I definitely had to go for you.
and just based on my overall.
Yeah, and all those
Knowledge.
trades he did, I couldn't make that many trades. That's a lot.
Yep, got it. Okay, Will B got it. Will Martinez. Will, I'm assuming you got yours right. I mean, it showed through the Venmo that it went through. So I hope I sent it to the right Will Martinez.
Oh, God. That'd be terrible to send it to the wrong guy.
There was quite a few of them.
You know, I've sent money to the wrong person and had to decline it.
Oh wow, that happened once to me.
I sent like $500 to a friend. I thought I was sending it to the right person. I had to call my bank. I was like, no, I didn't mean to do that. Please send it back.
Bay Area GM says 7th is loser in a loser bracket. Can't pay 7th over 4, 5, and 6. Well, I think you can because 7th wins 3 in a row, where 4, 5, and 6 is like on a skid. What did Los end up doing? Los, you out there, man? You thought Bora's 0-5 streak was bad. He started bad, but you finished as bad as anybody I've ever seen in fantasy football. Los lost the last. How many did Los lose the last?
I think he said he lost like 5 or 6 in a row.
No, he lost at least
A
6.
lot, at least 6.
Let me pull it off here. Okay, I'm going to go back to week 10 or 11. Los.
It was the week after he beat me. Remember?
Well, didn't everybody beat you?
That was good. That was good.
Okay, hold on.
I like
Matchup.
that.
League matchups. Week 11. Los was. Oh, look at Bora. He was coming on strong. Oh, wait a
Yep,
minute.
I was.
And then he
you
made
had a hell
that
of a
trade
run.
with Dan, and then it went downhill.
No, I
Bora
never.
didn't.
That trade didn't go through.
Oh
Good
yeah.
night, Howard. Thanks for joining, man. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Bad guy. Oh, he lost to MF in week 11. Okay, I think he started like week 9. Let's see.
Was the trade unfair for it not to go through though, Bor?
No, it was not an unfair trade. It would have actually
Okay.
helped.
Yeah, it was trade.
Okay, the bad guy. He lost in week 9. Week 8. Was that the week he beat you? Let's see. Where's bad guy? Bad guy. Come on. Okay, he won in week 8. He lost week 9. Okay, week 9 was 1. Week 10. Oh, he won week 10. He whipped a guy named Wu without any and he didn't even play his tight end or quarterback or whatever. Okay, so he lost week 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15 in the playoffs. Yeah. So he lost only 5 in a row. I thought he lost 6.
Yeah.
Oh, that was oh no. Okay. Now take that back. I thought it was a close game.
Hey Dan, do you think the Niners re-sign Eric Armstead, or do you think he walks at the end of the year?
They win the Super Bowl. I think they may let him
Because of his planners, fasciitis.
Yeah.
But they say that's supposed to heal after like a week or a couple weeks.
No, that can go on.
Yeah.
I've had that before. It can go on for a month. It can go away, and then it can just come back randomly.
Come back.
They say that some guys have to have surgery just to fix it from not being as bad.
What is it? Something in your foot or something?
It's
like
a muscle on the bottom of your foot that starts from your heel all the way into the middle of your.
Oh.
It goes to your big toe. Sorry, it goes to your big toe.
I mean, it's like a pain tolerance though.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's almost like your hamstring, just more annoying.
dang.
I mean, I have gout, and that's pretty bad. I take medication for that.
Yeah, I've heard that before too. So,
It's like walking on crystals. I'm telling you, it's terrible. I couldn't walk
man.
I couldn't walk for a month.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Well, hey guys, I'm gonna roll this thing. I thought I was gonna get off at 11 here, Arizona time. It's almost 12. So we'll come back tomorrow night. I don't see these shows. I mean, we'll hang as long as people are kind of just but
Chatting.
There's not. You can really only talk about the Giants for about 30 minutes. Let's be honest.
That's about it.
Right, I agree.
About
And no, it makes it more fun when Eric gets mad because then the show really pops off.
Yeah. Eric does keeps the audience entertained.
Yep, I do.
Yep, because Dan gets sleepy at a certain point.
Yeah, then I get jolted. My neurons start firing when Eric goes above his normal octaves.
No, it's because Faith will fart and you'll be waking up again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We got Fargon over there, sitting over there, right in the chair.
Fargon.
Right.
Yep.
Fargon, yeah. All right, well, thanks to Bora, he comes in. So, wait, senior softball. So, will Bora and Dan commit to Fantasy League tomorrow? Ooh, senior, trying to
Stay
do
tuned.
a hard
I'll let
close.
you guys know
Stay
tomorrow.
tuned.
You know what? I think as NorCal Sports fantasy football inaugural champion, I think this is like winning the Masters. I think I get an automatic entry into every fantasy league with no charge.
Okay, now we're in fantasy.
Yeah, look at that.
No way.
Just like the Masters. What do they call that?
Box, though. He's thinking outside the box.
You get an
Yes.
exemption. What is it called?
Yeah, it's an exemption. Yeah.
I need an exemption. If you want me in this league, somebody put the $50 up for me.
Oh my God.
How's that?
Yeah, Eric.
Look at this guy. Who the hell does this guy think he is?
Yeah, come on, Eric.
I mean, I'll do it for him. I don't care.
Go for it.
No, I don't
Have at
need
it,
the money.
Rob. There you go.
I'm kidding. I'm
I
kidding.
know because I just had to put Eric because Eric was like, I don't know if I really want to do that.
It's more of a
Time consuming, really.
It's more of a time commitment. Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt pressure after talking all that crap to Eric just to say yes.
Good. Feel that pressure.
Yeah,
Feel it.
Yeah, you're gonna feel that pressure at
Embrace
last
it.
place.
embrace it.
it.
I want to see if Eric ever wins a league on the NorCal Sports Network.
Everybody's team better tear their ACLs.
If Eric's team ever wins a fantasy in NorCal Sports Network, we are. What could happen to NorCal Sports Network?
Right.
It could go. It could be like the #1 show on YouTube in 50 nations.
I mean, what? There was like 200 people in the chat tonight. That was pretty damn good.
Instead of like a cataclysmic,
Armageddon.
earthquake that shakes a part of a region, Eric's voice will shake the world if he wins.
Good.
Those octaves will go through the roof, man.
He would never let us let it down. He would never let us.
He would actually give. If we had 200 people in the chat, I think 180 would be concussed.
That'd be like Yellowstone's volcano going off.
We'll be concussed. Everybody has to go in the blue tent. I have to get a blue tent.
Eric would be literally Yellowstone's volcano.
I love it. Everybody would be concussed.
90% of our audience would be concussed, man.
We'd be like, what happened?
We'd be like walking around like the zombies.
Right.
Oh, man.
Too much.
That would be great.
The show's great.
All right, everybody. Have a great night.
You too.
We'll let Eric close it with his famous.
Trademark.
That's the.
Not really
Oh, you know what? That is the. What's Russ? That's. Hold on. Don't. That's Ric Flair, isn't it? That's Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know my wrestling.
I know my wrestling too. And I know it's Ric Flair.
Ric Flair. All right.
There we go.
Later, everybody. And
Later.
as Eric says.